From Pristia to Sangoma, where the Cobra River stretches, is 190 kilometers. For the past 3.5 months, our main concentration has been on the land and then on the river. But I want to stress that our interest is on water bodies and forest reserve. We've done a lot of operation on the land, and we have shifted now on the river.
You see all this crowd right here. Nobody is planting any food. Everybody here is focused on destroying the water. The people who are doing this have declared war on the people of Ghana, period. They are not simply looking for gold. They've decided to completely decimate the Cobra River. And they don't care what happens to anybody else. I think this is one more reason why we have to put our money where our mouth is. And I hope I can bring the Minister of Finance, my good friend, here to understand that we need to mobilize all the security forces to stay here permanently, because we are at war. As you could see, almost every side of the river had been taken over by illegal miners. Makeshift accommodation, which means that thousands of people are still active, engaged in illegal mining. And what is sad is that you could see that they are basically mining close to the water and then basically discharging all those chemicals in the water, pumping it out and discharging it in. That's really the modus operandi. What was even shocking was that the Minerals Commission and the EPA somehow have also given licenses to some mining companies. I think effective immediately. Those are guidelines that says that 100 meters from the water bodies must change. I think it has to be 1 kilometer far away. That is if there's a need to even give any concession at all.
Turbidity levels have improved. So that is why I say we must analyze this holistically. Let me give you examples. I just took this data from the Water Resources Commission this morning, and I'll share with you. 2024 turbidity levels, they collect data twice a year, February and July. February for the dry season, and they do July for the wet season. And I wanted to see the trend 2024-2025. In many cases, it has worsened, you're right. But in many cases too, we've seen improvements. And I'll give you typical examples. Number one, River Densu at Manguase. The wet season, July of last year, the turbidity level was 256. Today it is 44. 256 to 44, Kojo, is an improvement. River Densu in Sawam. July 2024, NTU level 59. July 2025, NTU level 19.1. This is an improvement. Come to River Cobra, Dominase. July 2024, the turbidity level was 3,720 NTU. 3,720. Today it is 2,920. That is a reduction, which is good. River Tano, Elubo. The NTU, the turbidity level in NTU for July was 1,010 NTU. As I speak to you now, it is 834. River Tano, Seshi, NTU level of 12.3, July 9.57. July 2025. So I give you 2024, then I give you 2025. Okay. Barikese, River Ofin, NTU level July last year, 2024, 41.9. This year, July 2025, 18.20. Dadieso, River Bia, very significant improvement. July last year, The turbidity level was 1,190. July this year, 372 NTU. Bamboy, black voter, you know there's a lot of illegal mining there. NTU for last year, 52, July. This year, 4.79. So, you are right that in some cases,
Many cases,
you're right, it's worsened. In other places too, it has improved. And the answer is simple. You cannot fix an age-long problem in 8 months. In 8 years, you saw how a government deliberately promoted galamsey. I mean, our social contract with the people of Ghana is a 4-year social contract. So I say, give us the opportunity to fix the problem within the 4 years we've been given, because we have shown enough commitment. And we deserve some plaudits and support for the commitment we have shown.
We must remember that our allegiance is first and foremost to the Constitution and this Republic, not to transient political interests. Over 3 decades have passed since the adoption of our Constitution. During this period, our Republic has tested and continues to test the resilience of its democratic institutions. In doing this, the bar has played a crucial role in assisting the Supreme Court to interpret and enforce the Constitution. But outside the courtroom, the advocacy of the bar as a professional group has lacked consistency, bringing into question its adherence to principle. Ladies and gentlemen, when in 2015, an Article 146 petition was received by the Chief Justice in relation to the former chairperson of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Madame Loretta Lamte, the bar failed to speak out about process. In the run-up to the 2016 elections, the then opposition New Patriotic Party engaged the Electoral Commission in court battles over the voter identification system. This gave rise to the Abu Ramadan line of cases. Immediately upon assuming office in 2017, an Article 146 petition was filed for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Charlotte Osei, and her deputies from office. The bar saw no basis to speak out about compliance with due process. But in recent times, the bar found its voice when petitions based upon the same constitutionally defined procedures were brought in respect of the removal from office of the former Chief Justice, Mrs. Gertrude Araba-Tokono. Ladies and gentlemen, the honest question we have to ask ourselves is, what changed? The 3 petitions aforementioned touch and concern officeholders of 3 constitutional bodies critical to the sustenance of our democracy. The independence of the 3 institutions has been guaranteed by the Constitution. The 3 occupants were all women of significant repute and members of our noble profession. The 3 committees established pursuant to Article 146 complied with the constitutional procedure to the letter. And yet, the bar found its voice only in relation to the 3rd petition. Coincidentally, the voice of the bar amplified the voice of the opposition. The lawyer in politics must be a voice of reason, moderation, and constitutionalism. The bar must speak out not to please governments or opposition parties, but to defend the rule of law, the independence of the judiciary, and the rights of the ordinary citizen. The Ghana Bar Association is not merely a professional body. It is a moral compass of the legal fraternity and a key pillar in the construction of our constitutional democracy. As Lord Denning once wrote, and I quote, "Justice must be rooted in confidence, and confidence is destroyed when right-minded people go away thinking that the judge was biased." The same applies to the bar. Our authority as a profession depends on public confidence that we stand above the fray of narrow partisanship. Let us therefore be the conscience of the Republic, fearless when governments overreach, impartial when opposition agitates, and always faithful to the sovereignty of the people under the Constitution. And talking of sovereignty, we should desist from the temptation of inviting foreign interference in our internal constitutional processes. As a professional body, there is absolutely nothing wrong with forming relationships with like-minded foreign associations. Such relationships are necessary for cross-fertilization of ideas on professional matters such as standards. That is where it should end. Interference in constitutional politics risks violating the principle that sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose benefit the powers of government are to be exercised. My distinguished colleagues, the task before us is clear. We must renew the spirit of the profession. We must strengthen ethical discipline within our ranks. A few errant lawyers can tarnish the credibility of the entire bar. The Ghana Bar Association must be vigilant in holding us to the highest standards of integrity. We must deepen access to justice. Legal aid must not be a token gesture. It must be a living reality for the poor. The state is committed to resourcing the Legal Aid Commission, but the bar must also embrace pro bono culture as part of its civic duty. We must modernize our justice system. E-filing, case management reforms, and digital court process, records are not luxuries. They are necessities if we have to build a judiciary fit for the 21st century. We must reclaim our role as guardians of democracy. The voices of lawyers must not fall silent when constitutionalism is under threat, whether from the executive
Live on TVSYZ and also on Power 97.9 FM. And then Monday, the 23rd of September 2025. And Sama, Yedifi City, all 37 Abebese Street, the heart of Accra, Usu, in all the 16 regions across the country. Yebu Remo Ewo Tamale, Northern Regional Capital here. Kesmi 107.1 FM, Bole in the Savannah region. We are live on Inkiligi FM, Wa WFM, Sanya Ko, Upper East region, Union Wa Zebla FM. Life was Zebs FM. Yunu Boko a source 100.1 FM and Omo Amunsu Pusiga LTN Ewo a year when Pangasampa when day FM Yanko a half region go so nananum 92.5 FM Sukremo Elho Sansuna Duno FM so Ewo a year Sankori Yebu Remo Bono region tiny 90.9 FM on Sokon and Suma FM so Ewo and Crown Quanta Vota regional capital Hoya Global 105.1 FM Oti region 3 radio stations Boom FM Ewo Jiaseka Sanso and Yenuanuma Womo a year Passad and Patamo Fire okay FM Niwa 89.7 FM okay to Crash Honorable Helen Adjuanto so Nabeto and Pesua so Dr. Samuel Nura Jagasenko Mamunina Samutimo Fidi na MPC mo recess muti Ewo mo conference I would know ye man will be a ham will be a kwaba or Western Regional Capital Takradia Sharp 106.9 FM Nesiama Elembele Honorable Kofibua Chrome ho ena Yenuanumuso ho Fire Western 100.3 FM. Yeko Central Regional Capital Dom Sounds Kremo Cape Coast Sounds so ena Rich FM ewo Asin Fusu London ye GFM Radio ne Fire Life Radio Sounds so ena Pussy State FM ewo America Memo Virginia na yeko ye internet so a social media platforms nyina no omo 80 Facebook Live Power 979 TV SYZ Ghana Sounds on YouTube SYC broadcast And so like I say, come and for Victory Garlic Mixture from Dr. Amwako Mugabe Clinic and Herbal Center. So equemo then the medical capsules and airboy S natural mineral water, simply natural. Safari Valley Eco Resort almost equemo power specialist about hospital Mami Eduya and so Ekayon Hebron Hills International School almost equemo and lift kit capsules for Medimosis as so Ekayon a Divine Hope Herbal Center. So equemo Jumoku Duya Daroma and a teacher Edimedi Edi Ebro Mugabe Maase ni medi obetime afreme eye capacity my free sabe kopem se eye no sia bebo masede ne se mere ensempa na ebebrewo na ye ka kire wo se ensema ye de ebrewo ni nyina no de ebeka na ya no sa pepepe ene te achi ne bia eni achi mom de aka ne de memfa nkotena bebe nka se eno ene ka ho asem ene wo bete ono abo eye ahyama nka sanso na avan eye innocent wo bete sa berifo mi no wo na me no mbedi dwumedi no ewo eye dwumedi kese so ene na sa pepepe enetie ensem no edos to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kopiem wo eye UN General Assembly na chese ensem ekoso ewo ATF United Nations General Assembly no ndie ena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wo de etudwa ena Ghana yan first lady ye ma Melodina Mahama ensem be no so ede atu edwa na ne nyina mo so no ye be mo ho ne ekoso over the weekend MPP de na koso enei omo san eye galamse ho demonstration ano not saying the mono FI yisure hunu ene amanfo nsema omoka na demonstration mo ye ne de omo kire se yinsuru ehunu na wane ehunu obi o Ghana ha enya de ezi obi ehunu obi a na de enya de na enye demonstration kwa ekosan ho nsem nyina no ye de ebebre mo na yasa ahwe nsem awodo a ekoso ewo eye placement ho so ensem appearance no sen wo mo eka ni nyina no eye ensem a hia ye papa bebe eye no ye bebo aban na baso bebe eto sini no na chese ya boja guo na matoto ni emayi ede mo se de be ya awofo no obi abenya school ede amane ba no no so etumenya bebe enisi obi konya aggregate 8 na wo struggle so obenya school ewo Ghana ha obi ko site no yi 13 na wo struggle so obenya eye school ede amane ba place montoto ni emayi ewo placement aso ye won tisa pressure no this ye di anim no e be sha se abamoso education ministry ho nti montoto moniema yie we humble advice montoto moniema yie humble advice montoto moniema yie humble advice montoto moniema yie na bibia anye smooth ne mre bia na po e ma amanfo ma begina independence square ye ka ho asem this time round we don't want to witness our enema ni bim if it must be done well. Parent bia said yes obenye school dia maneba they will deserve no monfama no and the first choice na ne ono so deserve say ukose school na yemfama no na bibia enye din ewo ho te saade a mode munim tisimu na say wase me bia na me bia no without fear or favor for now too early some about betting ha edi blame edi ama will be sector minister my good brother Honorable Haruna Idrisu wone with deputy Dr. Clement Apak fantastic men minim de mubetime aye montoto ne maye na bebia enye smooth said the beya Ghana beye din amamo ne ye so far so good wo ba education ministry hono enema aye smooth ye hwe tertiary nkofo a wose di omusika mo back omutu a wo fe ye first semester na say first year foi enije ne ba enmu say ya na me pese ye smooth placement no ye smooth to ame betena na mani age ma won say joma ma memu papa no ya mesumi wo mu bie no meso me cancer empire den afa memu no say ikuye mama mayantna say emma yanom take advantage of this one more time na ye west you will say challenges kakra ewo ho nipa won adwuma nti montoto ne emaye fantastic Haruna Idrisu fantastic Dr. Clement Apa fantastic I know what you guys can do montoto ne emaye minim say nya de say menu Haruna Idrisu oda because opeso agine din we say obe fa education ministry no watoto ne emaye ene eye humble advice me say montoto money emaye na bibia nkoso kama well ya move on afi ya ko no simeti wo me da me ho aba me ba de aka nyina no ya de nsem nyina e be sha ase e de amamu I'll be right back. Very well, yes, and a free American memo, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Otumi akwa kopie ma one ne ho kafo ma me Lodina Mahama Her Excellency na chese First Lady of the Republic ya chese mpenimfo ekọ ma me Joyce Mutari Bawa ene onimonyamfo Honorable Julius Zebrani mpenimfo kukuda bibre ya omunyina Chief of Staff omunyina kopie m ha enya asem keto Foreign Affairs Minister Honorable Samuel Okojoto Ablakwa ena yen Ghana yen ambassador ya chese wo United States of America Honorable His Excellency Victor Smith on mpenifo bebre na etimi akopie mu ho achese o mampanyi ekopie mu ewo New York ne de na achese awa to ye maame Honorable Elizabeth Ajare ene mpenifo dodo na ene etimi ekopie mu ho a omokopie mu ya abra enema ekoso ye joma awa to sana eja Honorable Mita Kando Health Minister ne mpenifo bebre re ka ho a omotumi ekopie mu ho ye hwe nkita ho die no se ne sekoye.
Excellency, the Chairperson of the African Union, Your Excellencies, colleagues, heads of state and government, Your Excellency, the Chairperson of the African Union Commission and Commissioners, Honorable Ministers, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege for me to join you this afternoon under a theme that directly addresses Africa's future, that is securing our health sovereignty. We are called to address the challenges Africa faces today. The truth is stark. External funding for healthcare and humanitarian assistance is declining rapidly. The U.S. Congress in July cut $8 billion from the budget for U.S. international assistance. U.S. aid contracts worth $54 billion have been terminated. This is not peculiar to the US alone. The NATO allies and Europe, in order to meet the target of 5% of GDP spending for defense, are all making cuts to their overseas development assistance. If we do not take our health destiny into our own hands by shaping new strategies and partnerships, our citizens will be left without medicines, without vaccines, and without hope. And there will be a reversal in the health outcomes in Africa. The meeting of the Committee of Heads of States and Governments of the Africa CDC today is vital because as heads of state, the responsibility of leadership in protecting the health and lives of our citizens rests directly on our shoulders. We must step up to the plate and redirect resources to where they matter most. We must cut wasteful expenditure and channel funds to improving healthcare facilities, training more health professionals, producing our own medicines and our own vaccines. In Ghana, we're not just talking about sovereignty, we're working to make it real. We've passed the Ghana Medical Trust Fund Act, which is a bold new program that provides sustainable financing for people battling with non-communicable diseases. We've set up our National Vaccine Institute, backed with seed money of 75 million Ghana cedis, to make Ghana a hub for vaccine research and manufacturing for our sub-region. We're soon to roll out our free primary health care program so that essential care is available to everyone without cost, without barriers, and without delay. Just this year, we uncapped the National Health Insurance Levy to restore 33.5 billion cedis, that's about $300 million of health funding, which was previously swept into the Consolidated Fund for Consumption. These are practical steps that demonstrate that where there's political will, sovereignty is achievable. Just last month at the African Health Sovereignty Summit in Accra, we launched the Accra Compact and the Accra Reset Agenda. The Accra Reset Agenda aims to transform the global governance structure amidst the current global uncertainty. And the starting point for this transformation is in the health sector. Africa must not only be invited to global health discussions, Africa must be a co-convener, we must be a co-designer, and a co-owner of the solutions and outcomes of these global fora. Today's meeting of the Committee of Heads of State and Government of Africa CDC is a place to carry this vision forward. And so when we go to Gavi, the Global Fund or the Pandemic Fund, we must go as one Africa, united, determined, and demanding fairness and equity. In my closing call, colleagues, let us move from words to action. As the world steps back, let Africa step forward. Let us invest in our people's health by investing in our health systems.
Very well. That was His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Onosunidia or the Etujao 80th United Nations General Assembly meeting now. I see that just the next seminal Koye Papa Ewo Asuyo na Eja. Yes, behind every successful mind behind not just about Papa be a day at a Echo and who come for and a equipment more UN General Assembly. And I say, Yama Melody, and so to me a Kasai, a far and Kodaho said that Dane Danino, Nakuma, a cranny in I say, obey to me a boa more money be said to be almost bit to me a day or assassin. So Yama Melody, and so Kasai, Yentino.
Significant number of children are in Africa where they are robbed of their childhood, forced to fight and go through terrible experiences. These are precious lives, destroyed by circumstances beyond their control. When nations fail to focus on policies that safeguard the home, strengthen communities, and nurture the youth, it is our children who suffer the most. When conflicts erupt, they are the ones who lose parents, siblings, homes, and dreams, and carry emotional scars that can last a lifetime. This is why this prayer service is so vital. It is a moment for us to pause, reflect, and seek divine intervention. It is a moment to collectively pray for the wisdom our leaders need to make the right decisions. As the Bible reminds us in Proverbs 9:10, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. With divine wisdom, our leaders can follow paths of peace and progress for all children. Prayer builds strength, not just in the children who face adversity, but in us as parents to continue to work hard for their well-being. Jesus himself demonstrated profound love for children, telling us in Matthew 19:14, "Let the children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." And in chapter 18, verse 3, he calls us to learn from their meekness and purity. It is in this spirit that I humbly lift this prayer for the children of Ghana and the world. Heavenly Father, I lift the needy and orphan children in Ghana and across the world into your loving care. I ask that you surround them with protection, comfort, and hope for a brighter future. Provide for their daily needs, including food, shelter, clothing, and education. Bless those who dedicate their time and resources to care for them.
Lordina Mahama, Her Excellency, First Lady of the Republic, on a Sunday, some of the two, one I just say, a man, member, no parents, no, will be a pay attention, OT as Sempa, any Yamisuru Kasema, on also edit to Edra, and Napa, Yakupon, and Shroud, non Koswa, Emma Hodin, and Tintin. Over the weekend, MPP communication team, member a friend said Miracle Abuaji, or to me, a Momokoye press conference, Biwo Kunyaku. Eye Aguna East constituency asuye ho na chese ni nyina no eye niemo mo kafa eye illegal mining ho na mepese obi aye dan ebie na sumni otie nsema eye Miracle Abuaje edekotu dwa na me I don't know why MPP, they are still keeping this guy in their party because one Kenyans assemble and ore nkugu abaomi egu ye na nka omubetimi aye hu bibi kakra ama nkugu na beba fom kwa na nka nru ba bi adua no so no America aboaje no aboade friend say America aboaje no ono kwa okọ so more than defeat no munya na about 30%. Ne sama okan e na magano for ebufu e ba MPP so mo de to abaye den etiebu. Sometimes you sit down now reflect no be say MPP ko for MPP ni pa eni ana America aboaje yenti ensema de to bian.
Between 2010 and 2016, the NDC government, which President Mahama was then a vice president and a president at some point, had moved our fairly good water from 40 to 25 poor quality water, and only 15 of these water were fairly good water. It tells you that we have every reason to be worried. We have every reason to be concerned if we are not getting enough assurance from the president looking at his track record. Because between the period of 2010 and 2016, when he was vice president and president, our water bodies deteriorated to a very poor state. Now guess what? When the MPP government took office, between 2017 and 2024, the 25 poor quality water that we inherited were reduced from 25 to 10. And so by the time Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was leaving office in December 2024, the 15 fairly good water that the NDC government left had increased from 15 to 29 good water. It means that in the 8-year period, the MPP government managed to improve our water quality by reducing the 25 poor quality water to only 10 and increasing the fairly good water from 15 to 29. Indeed, we had even good quality water by the time we were leaving office in 2024. Galamsey is not politics. And that is why all our time in government, I insisted that the NDC were charting a very bad course if they continue to make Galamsey political. I am of the view that the NDC's posture and conduct in opposition and how they publicly went into the Galamsey areas and encouraged and enabled the Galamseyers is one of the reasons why the MPP government struggled to fight and win the Galamsey fight. Because for 2 years, between 2017 and 2019, when the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP government placed a ban on Galamsey, we saw evidence that the water bodies that were looking muddier than this could be clean. We are appealing to the president and the NDC government. Our lives are at stake. The future of this country is at stake. People cannot find potable quality water to drink. The Central Region example is only one example. The reasons and the excuse he gave us through the media engagement is not one that engender hope. It is one that points to he enabling Galamseyers and simply telling the Galamseyers that if they manage to get the gold, whether through foul or fair means, he is ready to buy them. Again, he confirmed through his press engagement that indeed he could be buying gold from Galamseyers to as much as $4 billion out of the $6 billion he has exported. That for us, we believe, is a cause for concern. Because if the president is giving us an indication that he could be buying illegal gold from criminals and exporting, and that is what he is anchoring his government's transformation plan on, then we cannot trust and believe that he is going to put measures in place to end Galamsey. Because should he succeed at ending Galamsey, what he is telling us is that he may be running short of $6 billion, $4 billion out of $6 billion possible exports. We are begging, pleading, tolerated and worsened. And this is not we saying it. This is the Water Resources Commission saying it. Indeed, if you want to move away from the data to how these things can be proven with the impact, that is where we are standing now. The fact that the Kwenyako water treatment plant for the first time have had a cost to shut down the water plant The fact that the people of Kwenyako, Agoda East, Agoda West, Gomoa Central, and close to 11 districts do not have water to drink and do not have water to even wash their things, it's evidence enough to show that the situation has worsened. And we are sure that now that we have presented this to the government, they will take some decisive action and not continue to repeat the same old strategies they spoke against and present them to us as evidence of what they are doing.
Well, that was the useless guy, Miracle Abuaji, on Kenyans Assembly. And sometimes, that double standard no see giant in politics. On Kenyans Assembly, only a bronze difference in you. Only a fenyo mark can say the same. Omo Kenyans Assembly Ghana politics mo sanko for mo Kenyans Assembly. The same Miracle Abuaji. Last year, when Akufo-Addo was a president of the republic, the person yeti nsema wakaye na Ghana for eka Ghana say ho asem no yeti nsema wakaye on Joy News.
You have employed, there is a small scale mining firm employing close to about 5,000 young people in the western region. You are saying that we should ban them for what wrong? What crime has he committed? Because there is armed robbery, everybody should be left at home, everybody should be kept at home. Is that a sensible way to solve a social canker? That there is a lot of armed robbery or there's a lot of phone snatching around Circle. So government should ban everybody coming to Circle. That is an emotive, an emotional way of trying to solve a problem. And that is why I keep telling you that these people who come on TV and radio and talk about ban, they are...
Oh, the same person, say Akufo-Addo time, my Mbane Galamsey. Well, this guy is sick, we were yare. We yare, the case will be yare away. Mon double standard. Mon sama okanene. And the okanye. Sometimes ya mufri say yankipo records. Yes. Into who say nipa who ni credibility be our baby. E kasa was who stay away. No tinyas as sama yemu bebe kachiro. Because sama okano. Mi bo mi ni ma gado foti who ma no mutagalem say chi de ewagana. Adiani illegal. Let's fight against it. Period. If it must be done, it must be done well. Adiani enya. Now free move on. Ansana medidia akano ebe to amosuno breaking news aba. Yeah, was a yede emamo and Tuesday, the 23rd of September 2025. President Mahama nominated His Lordship Justice Paul Bafuboni as Chief Justice. President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Article 1441 of the 1992 Constitution, forwarded the name of His Lordship Justice Paul Bafuboni to the Council of State for consideration as Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Justice Bafuboni has, throughout his distinguished judicial career, served with diligence and integrity at the High Court, the Court of Appeal, and currently the Supreme Court. He has made invaluable contributions to the development of Ghana jurisprudence. He has earned the esteem of the bench, the bar, and the wider legal fraternity for his intellect, impartiality, and unwavering commitment to justice. His wealth of experience and long service on the bench render the eminently qualified for the high office of Chief Justice. His Lordship has been serving as acting Chief Justice since 22nd April 2025. Signed, Honorable Felix Kwachu Ofosu MP, spokesperson to the President, the Minister, Government Communications. We and Kratas is CA if you Omanpenny Aswe Ede Abba, not just a Council of State, or more the Omobumbiano, a Betomudia, not just a Mojinitum, say, Yamano eni jumadia na chese ono na baba ye Chief Justice na chese de na tokunu eyegu yasunu nyina no na ye ho atoye. The capacity man, he was appointed to the Supreme Court way back in 2008 under President Kufuor's administration. Na chese osha wa 7 year papa sama fo bekai no machine so muntie 3 asemba ye no na enam se ni nua ene eye delayed Bafuboni na oye opinion of that radio good anono o ka say ade say conflict of interest intino on pese or betna eye case no so be inti panel na omo set up no oyi ne ho yeden or excluding ne ho free sa panel ma bra the then chief justice Maame Tudora George Wood ono so free panel no so na chese sa pepepe enete papa no you be a obo adwuma yi ne yire ene director prison service uko Ghana nyina prisons be the MPP fo no kogu a omo mbehwe omo so ejeri wo mu a no mo Maame no so ahwe omo so nsam ene yakose ene ne patemu na chese di aba betudwa ene awie breaking news a yebom ede amawo eno no na ene MPP amonyuku omo so demonstration na demonstration me nyina chese yinsu ehunahuna na chese omo protest say wo hwa niam ekoso ewo Ghana ha no omo ankasa na chese yeyuma yebone nti omo ankasa mutri hu a enya de se bekoye ede amawo yentie ni omo yeye eneden.
Okay, me personally, David Abuadi Dakosa, as the University of Ghana student, I'm here personally because what the government said about the Galamsey. That's what I'm wearing. Stop Galamsey now.
What did the government say about Galamsey?
The government made mention that when he was doing his campaign, that NPP government can use just 1 week to solve Galamsey. Now we are in our 9 months. What is happening right now? So the government, that 1 week cannot work again, or it is only NPP government that can use that 1 week to stop Galamsey, or NDC government cannot use 1 week to stop Galamsey. Now go and look at our water bodies. At first, it wasn't good. I would say the truth, and the truth will be the NPP time. Galamsey was there, even at Professor Maase time, Kofo's time, but now it is getting worse. It is getting worse, and Ghanaians voted against NPP. Because of Galamsey, Ghanaians voted against NPP for NDC to come and do better. But the better now, no, and is it better now? I'm asking you. They have sacked workers, the intimidation, a whole NDC first vice chairman threatening Afenyo Markins that he will kill Afenyo Markins. But if Abronya insult IGP Keke, they arrested Abronya. Is it good? Is it nice? I'm asking you. You are Ghanaian. I'm asking you. Answer me. Is it good? You know it's not good. You are protecting your work, so you won't say anything. You won't say anything. So I'm asking you, how the country is moving now, is it nice? Now I'm a graduate. I'm coming out. I'm coming to find work. Those out there, they are not getting work. How much more about me? You know? How much more about me? How much more about me? Do you get it? So Ghanaians, we are here. NPP, not NPP, Ghanaians, we are here. Ghanaians are here all because of what is going on that is not good. We want the government to change things. We know he cannot be 100% perfect, but he should change things. Things are getting worse. This is not why we voted for him. Me personally, I didn't vote for him, but Ghanaians voted for him. The vote that he got means that Ghanaian wants him to come and do something, not the intimidation, not the arrest. You can testify. What Abronya said wasn't bad.
What did he say?
Me, I don't know. I've forgotten. I heard, but I've forgotten. By whole vice chairman threatened to kill someone. Not anybody, KKO. NPP minority leader. And police, the police are here. Ask them if they arrested that man. For Abronya to say what is going on is not good, but they arrested Abronya. You know that is not good. So they should stop. The media people, let the government know that what is going on is not good. So the government should say 10 things. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
University graduate and was work or Legon. So I graduated that. Now that's what Legon here then. Subhanallah. When the joy FM for Kasana Keke. What Abronya said was it bad? If it's answer, what did he say? We say you don't know. We Jimmy for papa. Munyina sorry tramophobia na kwase se omogu street so monkoye demonstration leader na odu omonimu no leader no ono wankasa no watafe tofe motafe motofe ne nsan phone mama o man nya ye peace so we university graduate we graduated from a University of Ghana so we say we free house na campus so akwa ede hwe tramofo yi hwe wa shia tramo hwe nanim tramo yi won yes we mo nyina nkofo we ekom wamo MPP for be omo antimi ahwe omo we mo kwase sasa nkofo we ekugu street so mo koye demonstration yenti o de yenti omo
Also day.
I'm on the word. I do 12 city.
We party. Shuyakai. We feel abedi we much. We subhamdulillah. Tomu base mame. Mo tramo. What's me catch man no currency o. Me say me catch say we tramo for wo matafra. What me say I mean obi be join association bia. Wo hwe leader na we do mo anim no. Smart as here. We say leader bia no lead by example. Inti se leader na wodi wo mo no no ye tramo master na watafre tofia enkola no su bedi na chi because mu se leader na wodi wo mo anim no woni obi a wo pe tofe ne tafre dada na se panyin no na dabdab ne man enna ma wo so mu na ma wo nantibum se panyin no no ye leader no o tafre enkola no so tramo no be ye ne den wo se tramo na 12 cedi memetie tramo kwa me hu bi da ready minim si na esitie wi mi nkoye hwe wo base wo na wa bisa ho se den ana mo kwase sa ankofo yi eni wo mo ekọ demonstration because mo ni wo ma na hye wo ma na ko base wo kwato bre wo mo so what ya say obi a wonum wi wo be hu wi bo obi a wonum tramo ana red no obetimi a kire red ne bo ne kaya yufo omo so omo engage omo so mo join eye demo no me be say wa wutie ne ko so kaya yufo why have you done the demonstration? Why? You have a reason? Yes. You have a reason for joining the demonstration? I don't hear. You have a reason for joining the demonstration? Demonstration? Yeah, I'm a buyer. I'm not going to say I'm a demonstration. I'm going to say I'm a minty. I'm going to say I'm a demonstration. I'm a demonstration. So I'll be saying I'm not there back. Your mom will see why. Yay! Kofu MPP ni. Subhanallah. And IGP. Hwenkola no mukose sa omo no. And we below 18 years o. Eno makose sa omo. Nkola ni nim de so omo nkoye. Moda mo hwe omo. Amafo mankola nketengete o. Wasu omo so omo committee. Ani yakose sa omo. We bebre free ba omo yakurum. Obey president wantumi an support omo okaso obesi se kaya yefo da na dia mom munko bi so omo se sa kaya yefo da no de ne si ho samo kai last year mo kai de da no eyeye fen se madina ho baby mo kai de si ho no we mu nyankofo a yato abawie 8 months ni na master theater si montresu amoye dede ko amwa mo ene mo adwuma ye papa because mo be kasa ache enye we na Ghana for real the Ghana for here ne say kwan na mo antumi anye e won sanwam ofanko kwan no ya adwuma ma ba ya contract gina so 24/7 wo ye adwuma no ene hia mo ko dwedwiri tema motorway ya contractor papa we say adwuma ma ba ya wotua ne car gina so wo ye adwuma no enu ne hia wodu so nwane a ring road Kofi Job abie kwanum eno na Ghana for ehwe ho asem de ato aba wo enye we mo ene ehwe so de to aba e wo man mo well NDC and parliamentary candidate for Tamale Central not just Professor Alidu Seydou Mahama and they officially declare no member of parliament led by the Electoral Commission nina yes yes you know extending deadline for filing of nominations minimum no enya de si obi aye den etumi file bibia nti se ameka say yenua mutala koye no say Professor Alidu Seydou Mahama wono na aba ye MP elect for the good people of Tamale Central in the northern region of the Republic of Ghana. Live on TVSYZ, and also on Power 97.9 FM. The 18th Sema, a year Prof. Ade Atuja.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to Tamale Central Constituency, where unfortunate demise of our late MP, Honorable Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad, calls for a by-election to be conducted in this constituency. Furtherance to this, and in view of that, the Electoral Commission declared the seat vacant and open nominations for interested candidates to come and pick their nomination forms or pick it at any vantage point with a code, fill it and submit it to us and file as a registered a nominated candidate. At the close of the first 3 days, 3 candidates submitted their forms. That included Professor Ali Duseidu Mahama of the NDC, I'll reserve those names, a candidate from the PNC and that of LPG. Right after the close of nominations, they submitted letters to the returning officer indicating their interest in withdrawing from that contest. In line with CI 127, the Electoral Commission reopens nomination for another 10 days. That 10 days elapses only the day before yesterday on Sunday. As it stands, it means that only Professor Ali Duseidu Mahama stands nominated. And according to the CI 127, with permission, I'll read. Where the time allowed for delivery of nominations space has ended, and on the day before the elections, only one candidate stands nominated. The candidate shall be declared elected. In view of this, I, Muniru Musa, returning officer for the Tamale Central Constituency, in working with CI 127, hereby declared Professor Ali Duseidu Mahama as the MP elect for the Tamale Central Constituency.
Today is a very great day. As you all are aware, the Electoral Commission have declared Professor Seidu Aliu Mahama as the MP elect for Tamale Central. So we are proud as NDC members. And we want to thank the constituency.
Very well. Not just said, of course, Tamale Central and live on TVSYZ and also on Power 97.9 FM and all our affiliate stations across the country. And Tuesday, the 23rd of September 2025. Midima for Heba, Yebeko Masue, Nayachuchon Komo, Ivia, Nafe, the Akanyano, Eddie Atuamaso, Honorable Ashiama, and Avan. Che innocent. Omana minimum obedient come and away. Midima for Heba.
I come Midima for Heba Hospital and Pacho, a Sabia Bakwa, a war, or my Ghana Maase. As you any Makoma Kumiron Pacho, you will Kumasi, your Buakwa Chumago School Junction. And cry your Pokwasa Myra. As ye Makoma Kumiron or my Ghana Hasi. Ain't baby, I'll show me baby, I'll tell me Bia. So, Paso by Midima for Heba Hospital. And me akum ye no way and I'll be home Dr. Time that so na ode ebre ede ato yare so na afi watu ase ede amawo na ne sentia tambia ye bane no bedin enkita ho ene nkomo ne se oba medimafo ba hospital eye bibiduro na doctor de eye adwuma on konkofa orthodox medicine emfa ma wo bra oba medimafo ba hospital Niatia no say obi mma me dimafo ba hospital emma obeka wasema se meti na pai me bo hyehyeme ana se empo no me namuro mo twetweme ya na doctor yi aduro sa gina kokono mpacho ente sa da biara da esan se me dimafo ba hospital no ye nam scientific approach afa holistic approach so ena de sayare e o me dimafo ba hospital ye opoko asema yire kumase ebu akwa atwuma go school junction na niatia no say e wo bra ye kan haban ahodo de abomu enubena ahodo de abomu ni nua hine de abomu de saw yare no na ye mo hu se ampa abibiduro tumi wom esanse even onyame oba de no kura ka kire me no me no say muni aduaba no mfa haban no mfa nsa mo yare esanse na woni me se bra bone ba edi ntro mo no na onipa free edi ntro ho akoro no mobekwa akodidi mobeye adwuma yarewa hodo beba mo so eno nti na onyame asiesie haban ma hodo bi a me no nka se nyanya ka ho afa krampo sa de nkruma bia oyaw ane haban hodo dodo na enso ka ho bebi ti se odum na bena nyame dua na bena sandua ne haban we nyina na onyame asiesie di amayen dada eno nti na oka asa asem no eno nti se obi tena ba bi na oka kire se onoma bibiduru a o kidney besai o liver besai ampacho sansam no kra bi anim mesi opoko asema ira kumase abu akwa atwuma go school junction e bia paso no yedi nkomo e o medimafo ba hospital pacho numbers no ena didi suyi obi o se crache me ba TV amehwe me ntimi embo numbers me ni obi a o me nche obebo numbers na mampacho ma me mbo ma numbers no e medimafo ba hospital 0244 774282 0244774282 and 0500 727215 0500 727215 last number 0245 449592 0245 449592 medimafo ba hospital ma me papa me nua ba ne no edi nkomono na senti ameka sa no say so obi ka cho say bibidro essay yamade a tie me ye pa edua friend say nim tree eya dua mbacho ye via hodo mu ankena ha no ka me akwa say uyi fie ma akoma be 10 a emu ba akode nim tree ebisi fie ho na sa nim tree ameka ho say mpacho say ba say virus infection pa dia nim tree eya de a etu ase na ensan so emabia unless say wasan so contact sa virus no ansa no wasa nya bi nim tree yes ade no bare bia obebusa se nyoma ben de ka ho bare enti a metam bia metrase me kire odua no bare mentimi nkire nyoma de beka ho ne se edua bia ewo se de esis eduru a esisa yare ye odua bi ho a anyina 10 years time every all current up to 15 years so the sayare wa hodo e betu yare na se bare edua bi ho edi after 15 years untimi mfa nsa yare biem edua bi wa akogina se na haban kra kira se sa edua we ayare untimi mfa nsa yare eno nti ana tem ya meka jo se ye wo se edua metimi akira onua ma akoma be sa edua sa be 30 sa nyare wa hodo dodo na nanso o ko na okoduru ho a wo be dan ho se edua we ahaba we ayare anase enyare eno nti sa wo ho se bibia ba oni padua mu a fo ni kire mu o medimafo ba hospital na afa ya mu na yentu ase emfama obi se yese manya fatty liver enu nti no me liver no ahono fabra medimafo ba hospital na sa dua friends nim tree yer ba sa yare atu ase ade ama high cholesterol aba woni paduanum cholesterol no ehia woni paduanum nyese ehia ohia pa bare mu ekoboro so ne ko high a mpacho eno ana wose treati enya sa wo arteries no veins no na mu asisi afa adwuma e wose ye ntumi nya sa adwuma no fabra medimafo ba hospital Dr. Tam da so na afa ye mo ni nto ase emfama hypertension aya ade se ebra wo nyine no ye den hypertension no ebi no nipa dodo na depending on your diet and exercise awo yes wa anya sa nyoma ne bidi a eden hypertension ebeba na hypertension no eba ewo nipadua no mo a fabra medimafo ba hospital na afa enyi mfa mfiri ho emfa ema na ade ba ko no se me ka medimafo ba hospital obi wo ho a na nanu bon ankasa obon se wanya kuro ewo ne tirim ekuro dodo na ya na nya wutirim ebi wo a ya ne firi kwan ye faso atwitwiri yense ekwan be na faso atwitwiri yense because obi wo a ono kro sori na pakro ntwiri yense na odidi de atia na se enuane particles no ye de bia na ekowura mia hodo bara wo se otimi atwitwiri wo se o twitwiri wo se na san particles ni nyina afiri wanum afa krampo so obi ho twitwire se on twitwire ntachire maso minim sasa nioma we nyina ya nioma empo ebia wo ko school kra kira okwan abefa so twitwire se bare nipa dodo na mpanimfo dodo na anya sa ne tachire ma no on twitwire so afa wanum no esoro ho sa no won twitwire ho afa wudodom ne wudodom esansa wo gam na wo sia chi no se enuano no kra na sa sweet no enyina ekoho a afa eforme enioma ewo wo senachi air particles no na afa edi unya ekoba na sa na afa krampons no obi ho biara numa na sabio enum no enhyada nya papa obi ho aduane a wodie no diet enhyada nya papa enunti saliva was e ba wanum no saliva no de tie no se e ba wanum a epiapia bacteria aba wanum no di free wanum nenti obi ho so na nanum ay dry wanum ye tired dry ampa chaw sa anum kanka halitosis ubetimi anya bi enunti ho a wasa wanum no etimi efo saliva no wasa etimi ba wanum na etimi pia sa bacteria ni nyina di free wanum baranya sa esan sa diet bia wo take no enhyada nkoso bramedi mafo ba hospital ye nkyerɛkyerɛ kwan abefa so na afa yemu aduro ni ntu ase mfama obi wa ne de ne ye ne tirim ni tirimu ntino ekro aba ne tirim enam saa ne ntino pacho nanum kankan no atumi aba pacho ebe solve ade ama e o medimafo aba hospital doctor time da so etena se a yeyi ne nyina ade afiri ho ade ama ade ba ko no se obi wo a o se me kidney aka kyerem se me kidney ase enye ye biem ma me papa me nua ba ma se ese o kidney ase a o yarasafo ne awurade obo soro no obo asase tumi nyina hye ne nsa bram dimafo ba hospital ne mo ne ntu ase mfama osanse edura onyame nam na ko aso de ma no onyame na ka na o se ma duro free Samaria nkanso nka bo to nyare wa hodo nyina ase bram dimafo ba hospital na ye mo ne ntu ase emfa ema na ade ba ko a meka de asoso ade ma no se sabio ye wo ye nua manum dodo na ade te no se aya na omunya discharge ahodo enti ya meka kiro se medimafo ba hospital sa wo ba medimafo ba hospital na ya wonyare ahodo bi wo ha entete case o doctor ni so bacteria infection fungal infection entete case o doctor ni so enti se ba bacteria famu ampa cho bra medimafo ba hospital esan se oba se bacteria ahodo no enya ewuram ewo ahemfie ho a afeu bon se obete enkabone efrahemfie ho enti se so na wonya unpleasant scent be from ahemfie ho a fa bra medimafo ba hospital na yemwo ebi o ha eyasa o ya o menses no na afi wahu sa unpleasant no obi nso ho a bra one be ma have affair intercourse no ho na sa scent no otie enya papa bra medimafo ba hospital na yemwo ne atie no se eya na bacteria infections ahododo na ho afre bi se vaginosis no aye bacteria za omokwa ahemfie ho a sabi omo ekọ ho a enya papa enya dwuma ya papa na omokwa kodi na emom no omo de ohaw ene ba ahemfie ho baroba medimafo ba hospital mbacho ya boawo na yetu ase enso edi amao esanse saa de we nyina emmoa ema ahemfie ho ntimi nya nit saa condition we no enya condition a eboa wo nipadua na nkasa enti oba bra medimafo ba hospital na yemo na yentu ase emfamao na saa vaginosis no eya na mpempi no oba ubu nsa ana sa wo have sex a ena wote saa enka no saa enka we die enya normal awase metu anamo epe ho pomasibere na yeboa no yetu ase edemao na bacteria sene de eya na dodo na enso ene ba ema so na ne ebia ya na ye sexually transmitted disease ahodo no ebi nso ho a eba ma so a ya na de how do na enso etimi edeba eno no de wo bra enemu ena de sa nyarwa ahodo sa moamoa no enso etimi eba eno no ya de se parasite na sa parasite eba oni padua ma oba afewu benya enkabone bia na nkansa sa wunya ewa ahemfie ho to na monfo bra medimafo eba hospital na yemo bi wo a STIs bebre wo a ekọ ahemfie ho a eyenam nyare wo a edi ohaw pa ede beso oba so barama me papa me nua ba e wo so oba afeya na emma dodo na bi wo a enka wo mo ho ebi wa anya sa mmoa wa mabobo bosi bare mom no ya na poor hygiene ɛsan sɛ ne ho asiesie nti ɔntumi nsiesie ne yie nti no na afia akɔfa ɔhaw ɛde aba besua ɔbaa na asɛ ɔhe mfie hɔ ɛno no otua na mɔba yɛbɛboa no afei yɛtu aseɛ ɛde ama wo ɛsan nsɛm sɛ wanklini ɛhɔ yie a afei bɛwi aseɛ no ɛmmoa no boaboa no na afei ɔmo de ɔhaw nso atumi aba ɛsan sɛ skin no ɛyɛ na yɛwɔ cells ne bi wɔ hɔ ɔmo na ɔmo a ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo bɛsene kɔ ɛno nti sɛ ɔbaa dware no so a wɔhyɛ ahemfie hɔ yie ama saa cells na ɔmo awu na amɛsena nkɔ na ɔmo ka hɔ a afei wobɛhu sɛ ɛboa no na ɛde nkabɔne ɛɛba ɛno nti na tam bia bo ha o maame aba ɔhyehyɛ wo nsa tentatente na ɔmaame busa sɛ na akɔsoa adwoa wobɛda ahohoro ahemfie hɔ ɛsiane sɛ onim sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ ɔhoro hɔ yie na afei cells na ɔma wuo no ɔmo bɛsene kɔ bara wantumi a ɔhoro ne yie a afei na ɔmaka hɔ na de nkabɔne ɛde ɛɛba afei bɛwi aseɛ no na ɛɛkɔ baabi ɛnsɛ sɛ ɛkɔ fa bra medimafo ɛbaa hospital na yɛmɔ ɔno yɛntu aseɛ nso ɛmfa ma wo ɔbaa bi nso hɔ a yɛ na aduanedie mu nso ɛtumi ɛka ho aduanedie yɛ adeɛ sɛ ɛboa ɛno nti sɛ wo diet na anyɛ papa a ɔbaa mpakyɛw wahemfie hɔ no ɛntumi nkɔ nkan na ne nyinaa mu no sɛ wobɛtua na mo aba medimafo ɛbaa hospital a mpakyɛw yɛbɛboa no afei ɛtu aseɛ ɛde ama wo medimafo yɛpɔkɔ ase ma yɛrɛ kuma ase yɛboa kɔ atwoma ago school junction yɛde wo si na yɛakɔ but yɛ numbers no ɛyɛ 0244 77 4282 afei 0500 727215 0500 727215 medimafo ɛbaa hospital.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu of the N1 Highway or any of our regional offices.
Na ede na ya obayi a oda formason ya funu emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry, also yare ya titi be benfie pi nanso ne yam nyo no da. Se me kire no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture ya no mbom kotia ulcer no bia ma no anom. Anka ne ho ato no dadaada. Ulcer dro die eno ne Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture.
Akom ni nkyeremu.
Ulcer ye kura eto ye funu ene ensunumu. Etuma wo ye funu ekeka wa. Wodire ho a enye. Ulcer etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie. So how eye ulcer de a compare Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture. Nanum bom na ho ebeto.
Pedudu etu a ko Okanshi Drug Lane, Kumasi Dani Herbal, Takradi AA Mensa, Anafre 020-3822-855. Apefo, abatanya wama won mofra no fo, ene mofra woni mfie dumienu enka ho. Haxa capsules, ene ne mixture.
Ulcer tamfo, edie age edwadie nkratoyi atom.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, Who plans your itinerary?
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables. They have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my potting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Obrebo eye edwumada. Ebwa eyam eduane. Ebwa eyi insa free ni peduani. Na ebwa woni pedua ma etena ho yi. Nanso woni se niema a yedi na yenom. Timi ma brebo ye edwumaden sen pote.
Mehuda. Me brebo ye juma pa e bia se me ntumi ye bibi bo me brebo
ani and nothing about the left here from the Moses Clinic ne herbal center about herbal food supplement we see pa de bo brebo ama e ye juma ye
na e ye juma
fatopa ye no yeno anopa ne enwumre na eboa ma obrebo ye juma ye sene be ya e betimi anyam aduane a wodi esiesi ni peduane mu eyi mu kinsi
eno na me brebo kian pa
Ubenya Live Kid or pharmacy, herbal shops, ne supermarkets are ebeo. Sa wo pedudo so to a 0244 06 8447. Live Kid, wa wo brebo, wa wo ni pedua. Edro yi enye ma apemfo, e ma ema omomanofo, ne mmofo a wonya mfie dumie. FDA agi dwedie krato yi atum.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 Ga West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Your Excellency, the Chairperson of the African Union, Your Excellencies, colleagues, heads of state and government, Your Excellency, the Chairperson of the African Union Commission and Commissioners, Honorable Ministers, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege for me to join you this afternoon under a theme that directly addresses Africa's future, that is securing our health sovereignty. We are called to address the challenges Africa faces today. The truth is stark. External funding for healthcare and humanitarian assistance is declining rapidly. The U.S. Congress in July cut $8 billion from the budget for U.S. international assistance. US aid contracts worth $54 billion have been terminated. This is not peculiar to the US alone. The NATO allies and Europe, in order to meet the target of 5% of GDP spending for defense, are all making cuts to their overseas development assistance. If we do not take our health destiny into our own hands by shaping new strategies and partnerships, our citizens will be left without medicines, without vaccines, and without hope. And there will be a reversal in the health outcomes in Africa. The meeting of the Committee of Heads of States and Government of the Africa CDC today is vital because as heads of state, the responsibility of leadership in protecting the health and lives of our citizens rests directly on our shoulders. We must step up to the plate and redirect resources to where they matter most. We must cut wasteful expenditure and channel funds to improving healthcare facilities, training more health professionals, producing our own medicines and our own vaccines. In Ghana, we're not just talking about sovereignty, we're working to make it real. We've passed the Ghana Medical Trust Fund Act, which is a bold new program that provides sustainable financing for people battling with non-communicable diseases. We've set up our National Vaccine Institute, backed with seed money of 75 million Ghana cedis, to make Ghana a hub for vaccine research and manufacturing for our sub-region. We're soon to roll out our free primary health care program so that essential care is available to everyone without cost, without barriers, and without delay. Just this year, we uncapped the National Health Insurance Levy to restore 33.5 billion cedis, that's about $300 million of health funding, which was previously swept into the Consolidated Fund for Consumption. These are practical steps that demonstrate that where there's political will, sovereignty is achievable. Just last month at the African Health Sovereignty Summit in Accra, we launched the Accra Compact and the Accra Reset Agenda. The Accra Reset Agenda aims to transform the global governance structure amidst the current global uncertainty. And the starting point for this transformation is in the health sector. Africa must not only be invited to global health discussions, Africa must be a co-convener, we must be a co-designer, and a co-owner of the solutions and outcomes of these global fora. Today's meeting of the Committee of Heads of State and Government of Africa CDC is a place to carry this vision forward. And so when we go to Gavi, the Global Fund, or the Pandemic Fund, we must go as one Africa, united, determined, and demanding fairness and equity. In my closing call, colleagues, let us move from words to action. As the world steps back, let Africa step forward. Let us invest in our people's health by investing in our health systems.
I'm back from the commercial break, live on TV as well as and also on Power 97.9 FM. Some honey faster like I say, my and a for a victory garlic mesa from Dr. Mwakona so here can what actually any digimedi ebrewo will be a won to mini deal when no to bro nebecas loss of appetite. Be on and take a crabby and now taste or san and siacho 9 when your victory garlic mesa ni benabuba a bit to me abwa ye papa sounds so and will be our conviction or now I say Bob Jabje, when your victory ni benuma, Bibia Beconkai at the amount. Pebinum, Mamo gentlemen in Pebianum, a Frisania ye, Boas and boost to immune system, no, I mean, Pediani Janan and Naso Branny. For Dr. Marcon 0201 293280 0201 293280 0242 545633 0242 545633 offer Dr. Marcon Ebejo. So Divine Hope Herbal Center. Omane de otwa herbal powder de aba idwaso. Na onye otwa herbal powder ni bia wodi gu nsu mu de na wanum. Obi a waist pain, usisi emu eya wo ya nompe no mu adaje ni poso ene nipa ya ho oden ne tesen pe eye otwa heba powder ni bi na fa gu nsuo de mu nennom se de bia koko ni nyina betime ye free wode amanwo abo bi a wontumi mo adwuma yie ewo mpem mema no sexual weakness no wonya otwa heba powder ni bia ebo yie papa mo amosomo eye low libido no munya bia ebo strokefo mo fa bi ngu nsuo de mu nsuo hye kakra na wannom stomach ulcer na ha wo no oba ko mficha no ayase bo dwedwedwe kope otwa heba powder ni bi na fagu eye nsuo de mu nannom se de bia wapomde no betimi agina so wodi woni kire pharmacy shops awudi ma obenya biato wo ko foridua ko Gapson pharmacy wo sunyane a ko Cap Herbal House of Drugs ewa Shaman sanso na boache ansa ewo Cape Coast na boache Herbal ewo Tema na PK eye Gumbila enso ewo Tamale Fre 0591 565 557 0591 565 557 ofra dwe dudu bia opebiano onsa ebetumi akabi Live Kit capsules free for medimosis aso ura pharmacy shop BM nationwide ubenya bia tone eba shops awodo no ura maso per Live Kit capsules do kama chese medimosis na akwa aba medimosis de wodena na de asemo nindu ye kama papa ti wo pese wonya apomudimo anwode no ntumi nyina so yie paadia kopel Live Kit capsules ni benum emanum ememanum eboa ema digestion ntimi take place kama obi a udidi a wose aduane no etimi wurani paduane ma aduane no tumi digest se de be ya ade be che no osu betimi akwaja na bia no waja wona kama na wonya Live Kit capsules ni bia eboa papa esan hanse metabolism na eboa ni paduane support wo liver function so for pharmacy shop or herbal shop nationwide na kope Live Kit capsules ni bi na bobo obetimi afre medimosis on 0244 068447 0244 068447 na offer champion Dr. Medimosis obejo so na bibia so akonkan ede ma chakese ankoma doc ono hokafo na abusua ni nyina echacha mo ene ewiei Power Specialist Herbal Hospital yama me adu ya na free wasebra na so ye ho na hepatitis A B C D yi bi na etete wa na fatty liver sciatica prostate na how many abema broken bones no mpeni baby na atechema ana stomach ulcer component si minimum fibroid minuaba obetene te the amount Power Specialist Herbal Hospital mami aduya wasi tutumirika ne bra Kumasi wo fiyase ligboso ncho kwantempon no so putuja contrast kwa no so woni Jezbo filling station no na edi nhwanimu nkranso no obi hu no kwabenya pokwase CP kwantempon no so takwade wanaje estate ya ben anaje MA primary school no fe mami aduya on 0244 544422 0244 544422 ofre na obeje so eje ebestate adwetwe ankomo na ene ankomo ni nyina no akwakoye galamse enti omo waso ye hono ye bebo ho mode papa se ye ni enua eye dala edem ebetwetwe nkomo na yenya yenua eye kabore Mahmoud ye ono se kasamafo edema eye Ministry of Lands and Natural Resource Sector Minister ono abokofibua ono na ye ne kasamafo ene koye eye Minerals Commission so a na cha se dala edem ono ne kasamo mo ewo aso ye ho. Happy birthday enko enfama enua eye Solomon Owusu from the United States of America. Solomon Owusu oche se ye ka eye mine mu a omo nim de ye papa engineer mu sem de Solomon Owusu ene nyakopon ede afe baako aka eye nafe ho te bia wo bia no eye mining engineering and mineral economics eye consultant USA Solomon Owusu SYZ Broadcasting ya Mugabe Maase the capacity man metia kwenye kesi muso inside politics jumedi so ya ma happy birthday nyamemo ahoden na omma enkwatenten champion man my good brother Solomon Owusu. Ye move on afi yanko ahoma no so na ye ne champion de la Edem wonu ni di no kanu anfa champion anka no a wonu benya asem Minerals Commission kasamafo yanko aso ye we de la Edem champion what me ka me akwa abadeba inside politics jumedi so
Mugabe mejo so enimre endi chiama omo muti already anope enimre na
any TV muso a omo dwumadi life na awie na bibia bɔkɔ de
nyame adom yɛde hyira na Nyankopɔn bibia kɔbɔkɔ
sɛ Minerals Commission dwumadi no nso bibia ɛkɔ so kama hɔ de
adwuma no da from sɛ a yɛyɛ dwumadi aboa ɔman Ghana ne fi sɛ adwuma ɛwɔ Minerals Commission no abɛwura yɛbɔ nyina no sɛ wobɛyɛ galamsey no yɛbɛtaataa wo deɛ nkabra na bɛgye license nkrataa. You will not spend more than 7,000 or document or license. Very
well. Yebo abaso ewo adwuma pa mo ne mo team mo bo ewo asoye ho na ene ye bi so say MPP for Miracle Boaje press conference o me here over the weekend no what me anya bia video ni bia hwe
ai me ni bia hwe
dia na wakafa nsema Miracle Boaje edi atodwa say abanwe baaye no mwase bibia na bandada ne de ne modembo ewo the fight against illegal mining galamsey no na ewo so ye papa
Mugabe leadership na Mugabe neka say come on na kufa do betina konya so 2017 around March or June eno mampanyi gina bedwem say odina konya to so on fight illegal mining na odi akonya no besi ho o kan yen go nya say na sebo mampanyi no wo kan obetimi adi so ne o mampanyi say yi tia so bi o say ampa sebentumi amfati galamsey a ordina konya besi mistake a oye your mampanyi ye say satan ne di sofi ene pickers na ye galamsey Mugabe o mampanyi declare sa de we pe no mampanyi na after check in krata ne papers e the money party for certain party APC ka enti obi akọ galamsey ena MPP for started so o import excavators dey bo man but omo import excavators wa brand na kufa do be fia konya so now the third most important item into this country adia oman no ye krade bagana pa excavators ye spend 6.2 billion and they import excavators they buy under omampenia ono se all fighting galamsey into okan ye no yes I know you would dream everything but for time one NDC for losing NDC for winning ya chenya di omampenia do ma meti akonya within that time on na MPP for take issue license e dey ma wo mon ko bebre over 187 ye buy ni twi ni nyina san say on to me nya san fan krata banko for wa bra wo lusu ye ko hwehwe mu na e ba fa emra kwan so to ye revoke licenses ni nyina ofa die Mugabe die ye mo ho akakra ni say omampanyi na odi na konye ni na mitumi e che na konye mu say wontumi amfaki a yanji fi ni nsem no na enyema e course no the year 2020 alone na kufa do obi a all fighting galamsey oma 824 licenses Mugabe tie 824 the year 2020 ngwa oma 824 wafa John Mahama ne oma pay John Mahama ne president kufuo abreso na wama license ayama wo Ghana ha 59 Nana Akufo-Addo buy in just the year 2020, Minka 2018, Minka 2019, Minka 2017. Me see the year 2020 Wamuma license about 824. The year 2024 now you have 12 and say year 2024. Nana Akufo-Addo my license about 614. 614. In just 2 years, election years, Nana Akufo-Addo my almost 1,438 licenses. Now, if a license no you demand, me no say your pencil down back 900. You will say 900 no a bottom down approach rather than top the bottom up. They make it say. Mugabe say all the licenses no come MPP address so the licenses. Instead of them crack and never started. Minerals Commission, now they are called minister, on it to be signed from Hawk and son of a Minerals Commission.
Daley, dear Bissau say, silences I would do a Akufo-Addo the ma a year and call for in 2020 and 2024. No, what the moment of Anquire dear Juma?
But Yamfa license are more almost cheer group, and I say woman cotton tomatoes or more license, so mining. Who can say, oh, man, paying an akufado, the year 2020, on my license back 824, and the year 2024, on my license back 614, 2 years, 1,438. That license no the man in court for some Mukoya mining. Or the Mao and some almost some cheer bro. And that's why there's some cotton tilapia. Or the Mao Mukoya mining.
No more say you.
430, don't say you.
Can you imagine? Such a wicked leader.
Mr. Such a wicked leader. What Mugabe, you buy 9 months in it. Under John Mahama and Amakofibu minister, they issue one single license. One Kwayamo license. 9 months you move your license. What also minister and officer licenses, I am applications. We pray. And Kayayobi and Quebec, yes, somebody a party for. We are not doing that. We are not doing that. License and one and not could with you more dim for you, every man in court for and one over the year. You buy a more your license. You buy a more be alliances here. And you got problem no a Juma mining sector. A Juma is the Nakupa be film or China went to me and yellow. Where I have one many MPP for a year to echo almost say, yes, for 9 months in it. A Juma Mua or my previous one Nakuyan system went to me on 8 years no or say, yes, for 9 months here on Ferrier. On Ferrier, only Ferrier, so Ferrier, and 9 months after power over Ghana has it not fake the country for your demonstration and now put the Chibomutu. All your demonstration was about fix the nation, say, yeah, Galam say more, now put for the Chibomutu or Chomutu. Sometimes, let me was it Kasama Pan. And some sound Ferrier gaining nonsense, that time when you catch it. And then, Miracle Boissy said, a buyer sister, 9 months, and this is for and solve the problem. Or only the Nana Cooper in the Bawia, and none more, one more patch also, yellow. Afraid of all catching a young solve our problem in 9 months. No, for me, that's a little. Mugabe Maase say, what is about Umianama or Pachel? A tower open in any face. I remember on the blue yellow, or my yard, the Pancho, Ghana for your butchery, or Mugabe Galamse. Galamse, I buy 2 years with the license, the map, bulk of 4. They say, Nipper be under the license, man. Nipper be who be under the license, man. Oh, my yard, say, or mine was saying so. Offer, and ensure I would be a new Gumuta, clear Gumuta 8 years, also be 9 months in clear. River Dream, River Pra, River and Cobra. Would the clay, what seems not see Gumusa 8 years? Now,
Bremen, our Eva, our Wakrum.
One and a Cooper the new crew. And I want to get Diet, almost dying, or no, not Cooper,
Negadi Musa.
You were to me and fight you, and then you are working power. Was Suma Miracle was on Ferrari. So all the can say, I have 9 months to solve problem or no, not 8-year-old. Out to me, I said, what to me, I know, Mugabe make us a little. Mugabe, you buy your opposition. Not for them, you buy. I am round the buy, your friend of LI 2462. That and Marano and Manana Cooper to me said, Forest Reserve, what Obian Komunko, yes, she is that. Yes, in the more 70 years. Well, for your staff, I didn't say you don't conserve our forest. No, yeah, no, beyond Kobu, and I'm not Cooper with this 12 years. And then now Cooper will be 80 years. Or see a young Raman, and a young Radamano. Nana Cooper to make the license to the man. I contain mining, some for your illegal mining of forest. I contain man and I had the lava Padiana. In 2 months, I am going to Cooper to say a mini and I mean, Padia. Assembly Cranny. Assembly Cranny, the assembly. Muga. on my brain and I could follow by Sinakunaso. What is 12 years? Now, I'm in Kumalo Saki almost, you have got after who buy the forest over by 12 years. Over these 80 years, what Yam Ramon, not Amrano, or Luntifa, and Rano Fama, or Fascinating Fama and Crop for. Now I'm going to say, oh, really, the first person on the license is not your wound to me. And I will want to name no or Kita license of foodie and what you can say, and what you can phone. We
are not the gold in our TV so.
We not the gold not TV so the drama in science say, Yenny, and the idea forest the Yamano and on all the calamity. Because force are. And next, also when you will kill gold is about Phoebe by about the skill gold gold through fast woman, but 20 to by the close of next week, won't you mean a filing case against him in court?
Hey! Where breaking news, Anna?
We won't you know we're going to court very soon, probably by the close of next week. Or you listen here with the on my name, Mugabe, that one, Nana Kupado, the after, Sema, won't to know forest, no more old. What is your yeah? Or the problem is, or the I buyer is gold for protection. Illegal miners or bar forest, no chance, or no, kita license, no. Ocha side across the Mawa. Now I catch it out, says, who to go do you have 250 grams? Every gold to go to the year, which you have 25 grams, 250 grams of gold. Now, your man. No, and on the ball who buy. And it's all your illegal mining or no ball who buy because on your own passport.
That be no 2 or the side 2.11 grams, no the man.
Or not, or the one or not, they have gold or never try to TV, so they be there.
Wow.
No number need to go, you know, who we are, no other with 250 grams to him. In fact, now, look to me and now, so I know you.
It's a documents, the docket, BBI ready.
Maybe you're ready, so called 20 court. Jail, I'm telling you. But I knew I Bonia MPP for DD on my way, and nothing about we are now all patch out there. Upon Ghana for Saudi channel. But what Kata will you bomb a shoe? Who we are what I can say sorry. I don't feel said you didn't dance now. What say your mind and now Kupado say or money say, and the galam say, I your mind put all. After who yeah, was a Ghana for your child, and I will tell say, Yasser moons to a table for it. Of I say, oh, you know why I won't tell you. Mugabe, the situation I'm a more for Baku. I'm a more troka, foot and tank.
Troka, same Kruma.
Never catch you. About Mugabe, and you're by me, but I can't send you the picture. You're by me. First, not obvious to me, excavator, the Bagana, the Bayard of India. You're by a body excavator. So it's not important to excavator. Now we have licensed mining company.
Papa no.
By Papa no. Mugabe, you're by your machine, they are floating machine, some fine machine, and you see so, and yet mine will so. You're buying a champagne machine, you're buying, and then who me for champagne machines in Bagana? You're buying. Mugabe, you're buying champagne machine. You're buying, no, you're the blue water gas, and a blue water gas makes 900 water pumps. Water pumps, so you and then I'm saying a blue water gas is 900 water pumps. 900 water pumps, we really command Ministry of Agric. And the Ministry of Agric, they are making for say, woman found water, woman so now almost cabbage, tomatoes, and for some brass to be. Abanwe by, and then who the excavator BNC Porter. Their license, who the owner of the license, and the amount of cookie. You know, Kate offer, you take you over. That month, you know, January, February, and excavators or port, in 1,530 excavators. 1,530 excavators. Hey, Papa, yeah, MPP for the cry and a buy a time. And see a buy, you know, and yeah, just say, now buy a whole party galamsey. Now, many people may crack in the year 2024, ever 2025. You crack excavators in 1,500 plus. And see, a year after they catch a DBL for the DBL, won't cop.
Water pumps now, most easy, you know. mo de come ministry of agric no eno ne display wo TV no so no nti baby a wo bia se wo Germany wo France wo Belgium baby a wo bia no ane ya pack agu Kia Renault truck ese ya chese machines no nti some machines we nyina machines ya MPP penso mo ma nkofo kra so mo fa mese yensuo
Mugabe MPP time on crack God, the year 2024, 2010, my license 614. And obviously, all mining. So, we for excavators were 1,530 plants. And a good report on the state, you had the Marafu Fraba. And that's all the excavator by your license. Near who you power the excavator by a India. And Mugabe license, yes, excavator India. You will be here, a tracker. Near the tracker, no abort excavator.
Wow.
And it's a wood excavator if you port. That's what you call a lembele. That's what you call your friend geofence. I tell what I would use. What the excavator is a lembele. Now they call Jobora. Excavator never stop into engagement you because of tracker level. Although I'm saying Jomama and Amako people, a Juma woman yellow. Our mining sector alone. And easy. Internet excavators, Uko port this year. Yeah, the trackers are bought over 647. Yeah, excavators are all possible. Yeah, the trackers are burning now. Internet. So the excavator and Kotakwa. So the Korea Juma one in license in the mouth. Now so the line excavator and Takwa and the Kobogosua excavator and Juma.
Wow.
Because control our minerals commission what a catcher say a branch here where the America was the excavator and Takwa and Kobogos.
Equal Galamsey.
Open Galamsey. Papa, a Juma Yaye, and easy. A Juma Yaye, and easy. On my page of Mahama Pet, and your Mampania, or 2 years about catcher na politics, Nina. Say more what you mean, Nara. Who are you office of a Galamsey? She was by front page. And then on my page of Mahama to be catching a pump for. Say me, my own Galamsey or my baby. So office of a Galamsey or Benoit. No minors are allowed in his government. Everybody. On my page, no, Papa, no, Papa, and no. Oh, really? National executives are. You have what we do with Galamsey. We say, oh, tax force be called around tax force. Go around the tax force now. Almost harass it. One company. Almost did there. On my page, on my Mahama say, you investigate the party executives. You know, dear no man, you will buy your own year. Dear and on your mining. This will be our phone. This will be our phone and the Becas are buying way on your not just so fight. Mirakabuaji, a young mob say, I say, yes, Sami Gentina or Copino. Or Copino, or what Bemu Polo Coffee Sami Genti. Sami Genti saw evening programs to be or TV, so no, or ye. That's a be away. Now, the NCO way, they say, your whole position of my pay, Sami Genti echo the Northern region. Echo cover, one district, one down. Na MPP to di husika wo mo yeye enu bi na America boaje pese ofia na oye enti hede one na be bi ase maka ko dra nsuo ensuo na kufa member umia ene mo party to ese no aka ko dra mu traffic ya kire Ghana for say nsuo na ye poto bo si fie wo chi wo ni fie wo chi ase nsuo o so bi sa bo so 9 ense no enye di na tru beku MPP for na tru
Dela Adam, you better say away for your time on TVS was it and a year power 97.9 FM. So you bow a basso, Kosuana, Momo Juma, Pa and Famwa, a year or my Ghana.
Mugabe, that's it. Namesha was so Nami and short, see a bit here,
my Kai Kumasi joint one. Morning walk, no. Mejawa na yejawa no wato wajuba so eye minerals commission Dela Edem na mote ne kano ona ye kasamafo edema eye minerals commission obo adwuma papa ona mote se ne twetwe nkomo no live on TV SYZ and also on Power 97.9 from champion Dela Edem from Ashaiman and also ne dia ode abanom eche yebeko eye Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources na ye ne kasamafo edema honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua nini ede eye Kabore Mahmoud yere na betwe enkomo na ya hwe omo so over the weekend demonstration MPP for press conference omo ye no na yeti ono so ne de ono ne sector minister omo so anu ya omo wo edema eye America boaje ene eye ni team nyema bi omo de beba bia no ye be destroy no sanse nkofo we eye nkofo a omo ye mambofo saa eye UP asefo no se ya no mo ye tata kwa me nkroma saa kufo ado papa mo ene je kobeja obechibelam temo o masefo no JB dan kwa mo saa nkofo no mo mpempuntu mo mpa de pa to won say nipa ba kope what me issued about 1530 eye lances amanfo na wasan aba be bremu amanfo say mona mo bo amagalam say koso na wo okra saa eye machines we edema amanfo kwan say wo muntumi emfa excavators emra excavators na de wogan ha excavators no ye de wogan ha ti aba papa ba ene yi wo say 640 7 excavators ana omo tracking won say the tracking na yeden abo ho ya baby a wo register say the commanding site we anko wo pe ade sempeni for be yeden ebe yini na afi wo yeden ede amount ti we dey ose ebo aban na ba so say wo ye aban a oye aban papa oye aban a Ghana for ekasa wo yeden woti na wotumi ede aye adwuma na yanto aso ti say de odi eye excavator ba ehwo akande no no wa hye ne so ye I mean fa emedu nkonya trouble bia if it must be done it must be done well na afi ye move eye on ensem ho papa ya chese ya transi de wasi bibie ni nyina mu edema ahwefo ene yen etifo a omo eti adwumedie no mo san ehwe live ene ewo eye TVS was na power 97.9 FM tikoso amo afidie ni nyedan ena hasansa ha ene nipa ni nyina yedan ewo ene habe de unse onabo eye Daniel Kwasi Ashiaman oye wababedu oye executive director edema eye Parliamentary Education Agency oneso ababetu no Miracle Abuaje.
In 2010 and 2016, the NDC government, which President Mahama was then a vice president and a president at some point, had moved our fairly good water from 40 to 25 poor quality water, and only 15 of these water were fairly good water. It tells you that we have every reason to be worried. We have every reason to be concerned if we are not getting enough assurance from the president looking at his track record. Because between the period of 2010 and 2016, when he was vice president and president, our water bodies deteriorated to a very poor state. Now guess what? When the MPP government took office, between 2017 and 2024, the 25 poor quality water that we inherited were reduced from 25 to 10. And so by the time Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was leaving office in December 2024, the 15 fairly good water that the NDC government left had increased from 15 to 29 good water. It means that in the 8-year period, the MPP government managed to improve our water quality by reducing the 25 poor quality water to only 10 and increasing the fairly good water from 15 to 29. Indeed, we had even good quality water by the time we were leaving office in 2024. Galamsey is not politics. And that is why all our time in government, I insisted that the NDC were charting a very bad course if they continue to make Galamsey political. I am of the view that the NDC's posture and conduct in opposition and how they publicly went into the Galamsey area.
Akufo-Addo so what you say? More when na man hono ni fio nkraha no she boydo France. Baby a the machine kese e wono. Na mako bisa ne say denti no tumi issued 1530 lands man for say omfa nko no mo fa nko se yensu yako ahoma no so na ye ne eye Kabore Mahmoud we kasama for the ma eye sector minister for lands and natural resources so what yan kan Kabore ye mo akwa ba the TV so as the Power FM so anwumre yo. Hello Kabore what yan kan mo try some obenya Kabore back on the line ede amame nti ensem ne de ebi ewo ha ene enwumre papa efasela kese fama Safari Valley Eco Resort omo aso eba wildlife experience omo ye number 1 omo wodewo in the eastern region of the Republic of Ghana open environment obetumi ne wabusu akọ na moso weekend makọ chile kakra makọ jojomo ho se eye abanyumaku awodue ebi amopese mokọ conference and say meetings bia onyina no mobetumi abuku na makọ ye no Safari Valley Eco Resort ho unti de bia e wasum ene won say wildlife experience nso benya bi e do bekoto kama electrical ne de wasim ne de woko ne de oba wonya we oba bi age say Safari Valley Eco Resort munu ane so ya kama local and continental dishes anso ene wo swimming pool ahodo e wo ho esan wo chemo ho awudu ha obenya good experience papa environment were very very conducive. Call them on 0596914394 0596914394 offer Safari Valley Eco Resort omobejo so es natural mineral water semen kan chere say nsu no ya de dodo na ba Kabore what me kan
beto kapa
yemo akwa ba edeba TVS was at the Power FM so anwumre Kabore
mejo so eburu mejo so enyado that be brace mama me kwanya anwumre
very well Kabore na you be so say over the weekend Miracle Boaji any team yens and for enshiemu press conference ya oye no response ben na mo de mano efa eye the fight against illegal mining na galamsey
me da se bebre we say o makwanya na me mo abaso ni wapamfo ni na me nche watifo ni wahefo magibre eni adaje ti anwumre Ura Emmanuel Makofupa wuti o mamentia na numbe na mentia his excellency don't remind mama bi obia Mugabe di kan ma me ka se nmunyam kan Yakopon din se ne ye wo Ghana na ye ti ekrum ne wo aban na papa o yesiti aban o ejitum aban onye kan bi aban ne momoji obi agetum nti onua te se miracle ne nkrofo timi fa camera Ekujina Galamsey site central for Siamua. Now for the first time no democracy Mugabe no a general national council Koso. I believe Nanubia and Kababia Miracle Jinano said your co and Kanyasa no Fee. They said you be 2 years Rastos as a donko. They said you be 2 years or him any Bushan for a Kanyano. And they antisa Neuka of our Hudi and Branzo Juma. Mame for the case on Case and Ocrese Galamsey Ayeka Wansam no Ura Mahama buying 8 min to us, the penal. Now, so meeting that can of Kudrum no Kremu, or the case in Yahom Brasim say, study a Baba to Galamsey no, and Prim Priamino Case, yes, and Tia, and they no Galamsey no, and a hoarding aircraft from Negalamsey no, do you be a Yam Shino. And Galamsey no Yamana a high risk venture, Nipa, Echo, Moflu, no more Jacquampa, the first two for Magudia kind of responsible and sustainable mining, no, one more Adia tomb. A by na acquire bit to say Jimra extension, Subri Quabritu, or Fain Shelter Bed, Anya East, South for Anya South, East, South Forest Reserve, Tanwania, Asenio, Denzri. At well range near Dingnan. Na Galamsey for Jabozwa, Ubramukra, a ye, Ghana bind to me room. Instead rather than coupon, a Jumadane could then look credibility, name no can say, Tapa a great room Kunoa, na Galamsey for Jabos in Yano. Then you know, Bonibagas has been successfully repossessed for the good people of Ghana. When you say, Onia, Orama Kofibu Abaseha, Muslim in February, Muslim. Na yeba no Ghana Water Resource Commission omo alpha samples twice every year, the minor season and the major season. Na yeba na minor season ye February mu hono. omukofa sample e wo river bia na de so na omukofhe say the stability level say the zone put on yet no na ye 5,450 NTUs Mugabe Shranka Rade with Nkodia minister in the team near Banya Kunti. In less than 7 months, I work first of September, stability not here with 5,000 plus to 372 NG. Oko baby to say Adiamra air of Fay River Noa. February by na that the zone put on it here no 5,740 NTU. We know can say General July Sako Fire no na SWAT Tiaba 2,205 NTU. Oko is so big to say River Park. Ya play you could go with the Dabuasia. Now a 4,800 NTU. We know can say at SWAT Tiaba 2,000 NTU. Oko a growing star Simoda River Brim as no. River Brim na stability today now 3,824. And then we know can say River Brim Krono war Asimodano and near Tiama a SWAT Tiaba 1,000 and 1,700.
Kaboro poso o mame. River Brim River no FA.
Make sport of Potia Muko Fano ye ekura ye friend no Akimoda honum. Say Brim no ewa.
Na Brim no ayefo na num Brim.
Bremu pa de enka busofo wo pue mantepa na di bremu so mfaso
na yefo mo ye from asan nyese o chenkwa o no bremu nyese bremu no ho asem na okay
a bremu za bremu kuro ya na mekan
brema enama kufu adu kurom eye chebi nya ho
sa bremu no ye ba ye take over no na apoto afa kodu 4,800 eneyi owura makofu ba ya owura ba ma ba ha adwumadinti Yetiva Shama Brim Lunia Abba Bedru 1,700. A woman say, oh, share Abba Fukaswa. And so, the stability to grow 5%, 5 NTU, the Aronoma ye. And the ABR already put on the Avocata, you may be uncle, so you may be uncle. That's what the fast scientific I don't have the science and data available. It says that the brain is better off times 3 today as a Kufado, and then a Chem Mafia for the Biquitimaye in just less than 8 months ago. I don't see the kind of video Jesus study. That you can galamse kuno daga na phone na kuma so sa na da miracle aboaje ane na MVP akuma so a ntie wa training kan so da ni ate asa se yetra ba mu 2016 ta o fa nkobra o fa blemu o fa ofin o fa denso na sanso ni na yesu a won wa tempotam wo kwafu mu fa so nkwafu na so mu wa ni da so so bonti bi wa fu mu a omudro no nya dia study egu omno ba so nya dia no so in 8 years omutumi say so we nyina beyond repairs a amwa manipa abrabo ankoyi ya sase aye edwuma so for data and science and media ma woni watiefu adwumire kura say indeed something is being done sabe enfie dia di enfie dia na ya no Mugabe e di enfie da kuro tene no anye yi and the decade that has center for 8 good years or how a Gobia and man at not be what you know. It means far Busumi what and clear all this mess. And indeed, any kind of phone in a two casa now I have seen yet their 2 men said, you must show me a was a bomb water. The moment America crack now everything I said, Numano, Ama Numano, shooting in any other. Why no I have a Bunamo, my gun, a fan of my profile. I mean, can tell me your miracle say, and you must saw on the party for. Party here to video by or how who has such as did you know the campaign manager marking in the Japan or the bread galam saying how Tama would you say can let me breathe so more quite bread to every time also there won't you now do quite important saying so quite brutal. Today we are stopping that the president bleeding. I mean I'm so who said community but who's a quiet brain yes I said Jama by no who said near man corner kakra and yet that from Apope but you did say said you diano or man bedding kunim ama in I have to my perfect.
Very well. Kabore Mahmoud, you better say for your time and our TVS was at a power 97.9 FM. So inside politics media. Thanks so much for that. I said that live on TVS was it and also on Power 97.9 FM, your number one political talk show in Ghana, Inside Politics. Was go so wuti yeni and affiliate stations ya Etresia Ghana na S natural mineral water say the medical ekachire wono pensuni bi enom insupa Ghana fo nyina no aje atom ukufie bi emu a eno na sesia obia enom mekom shop bi obi rembia no obenye bi atowo ho ne dosopo no pe etu akwakoto anya so mfaso a bra SYZ broadcast in your 37 Abebese Street, the heart of Accra, Usu. Now, ba also what to me and be now also what to me aqua coton and the Ura a year supermarket. I would do a walk Usu Edina, Urem a year Ubushi shop. I will do on that say a big go or ba a year SYZ. Doso po obenye bia to akoton sa so na opese wo frɛ na track na nkasa de nsu no brewo wo shop na agya wagidi wo mu ni nyina no so aton enya so mfa so a obɛfrɛ Mr. Clifford on 059-627-3546 059-627-3546 when your shop kese Opesan Oton S natural mineral water nibia. When sa na contact numbers ya media guwe wo frɛ pepe ombeba beba ye beba be brande ho kama near the suna ye den a supply we wunya ni wo bebia just say S natural mineral water. For 0596273546 nemo moba SYZ broadcast ha ewo usua wa be hu Mr. Robert Fridays mo friend na sorry ba na just wa ba be hu no dudu bi apebia no onsa ebetumi aka jumako nyina da romata Chine di Jumedi Ebro Medimosis Clinic and Eba Center, the medical capsules at China Airboy, medical capsules, see Winya Bina Buba, it me Ebwe ye papa emani Pediano, it to me Ejinan and Naso, and Mamujan Sweet to me Dini Pediano of Frisani, and make blood circulation, the science so Ebwe boost the immune system. No, in the Cope medical capsules, in being able to say the beer, a bit to me Abuani Pediani ye papa, Yarabia, how 81 Fakodan, a Medimosis Clinic and Eba Center. Was a month in the month of September, a prostate health awareness month in the branches nationwide, or free prostate screening. The furniture branches in say Kumasi, Ahnemako Kobain, Accra Ministries, Ghana Highways Authority, Yard Num, Sanso, and all the nature dental barrier. Any police station, a year, anymore, Jokojo, a school for the deaf, no, Winya will be just a Medimosis Clinic and Eba Center, in Tibra, no free screening. And Yamantimen Konkai Enfamao, Fred Dr. Medimosis on 0244 068447 0244 068447 Ofra Yebejo so Madame Rose Unura a brother Charles ewo go so mo beauty num se kuha akuska signal say mo beauty num se kuha couple enkroma flat Joanna Sport also we be atum ni Lydia Yaba ne abusuani nyina ntemage animenia ba Esther simo beauty na tum se kuha ya chese couple kebab joint wono obia etie sanso na Sunday osu we bia tum asare joint ma chese obi oho bia na asare joint to Kingsby roundabout won so obia etie asare ne hoka for ba pa adwa mo nyina mo TV ne ho a o mo nyina so etie daneni kofin so ya desi mu TV na lawyer ya chacha mo nyina high TV also was it na Power 97.9 honorable Mwakwaba. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Uji appointment kese nyanshia.
Messi. XYZ. Mina mini o. Me chimbe bia wo Ghana.
Honorable Timothy so de aba.
Oh, aba.
Timothy Deputy CEO of Forestry.
Oh, rade. Inde misano ba. Mentumi ambisano.
Akame papa Surugo.
Nyame beyama
ene honorable Kojo Edu Asare.
Yes, nyame beyama bia. Nyame beyama.
Enka kejo mama no chema nisi obia.
Abutre.
Enka ene boko.
Ne ewo mni se, wahu. Abutre nso etomre bia ebasa na o health kora no na affect you. Ndi papa. Wani nyantam wai.
Wo to.
Memen dada o ese kanya nukura kire nyankopon. Ena me office so obia opia o de bra o MPP no because e be kire MPP for say na ebu o man.
Ena opese o kasa kire
nyankopon no de afa. Ndi papa ye na soro go no.
Sama jo mama tenso a
SYZ. Oh, me see the whole Ghana. Baby I me ko bia on say obi be me ana osre.
Papa,
so was smile that.
When Sunday me call airport.
Okay.
No, Papa, be option me name sa. No chance no, yeah, ni base. No, me dan insurance. Me tahu XYZ. Thanks be to God and all Ghanaians.
We are so happy for you.
Yes, and I'll do my best as a human being to serve the people of Ghana at the capacity or the position they have given to me.
Fantastic.
Position Executive Director.
Executive Director.
Yes, Parliamentary Education Agency. Titi no friend no formal education. Namogaunim. Ejuma His Excellency Dimami through the Minister of Education. Me pepa. One demonstration mo ye ne. Me we juma ye. Na me literacy papa is me pipa. You see, when you go to a training college, education is removal of ignorance. Yes, removal of ignorance and putting in knowledge.
Once a teacher.
Inti mi we jumaye. Moga mi we jumaye because yatiasimu because oni bibi. Mirakabwaji Nanabi just 1 year ago or a little over 1 year. Omu tumi kachre Ghana for say Nanado declare state of emergency on Galamsey, they will demonstrate against Nanado. These are the people.
Same people.
The same person Okasande.
Today they are on the street.
And Nansuso. Bonya Mirakabwaji and his spokesperson and their communication officer.
We Okasama one campaign team member.
Bonya believe in data. Now I was expecting say Mirakabwajini won no marco demonstration. They were holding a paper of turbidity levels in 2024 and turbidity levels in 2025. One say because say me we jumaye. Actually say won kita paper bia on the world of science no me catch bia say you say we a politician. You nim say twi de anabwem kasa wo ka ye betumi ama post but say some sure because ye mfa twi nkobobusia o IMF ye di abrofo na eko inti anybody a was shot they say we a politician. Please let us do analysis in English with mathematics combined. Inti ndamuma mbisa Mirakabwaji say what was the Birim River turbidity levels in their time.
Omo era na
one say many akaboro mi chao turbidity level. This is the party we call NDC. We deal with facts and figures.
The number of lands.
Those are my issue.
Any excavators are under their.
And no my issue. Me say, my main country say, the time I was calling for the what state of emergency during another time, enye Galamsey nkwa nanado abanka sankasanu and here state of emergency. Now I declare state of emergency because how can you pick an inflation from 15% now they are called 54? No one say BBC. Atoen Chemansi wa baimu.
Ghanaians to vote for you.
And you expect Ghanaians to vote for you. How can you pick $1 to a cedi? 3 cedis 70%. I am to say 4 cedis, and now they are called 17. This is to be declared a state of emergency. How on earth, for the first time, ever Ghana pensioner for Sikadabanga Ukoyi, then we need to declare state of emergency. And Galamsey nkwa. So they thought it is only Galamsey. The real government, because Nanado was promoting Galamsey. Period. Ask me why. Me some SSI analysis. Look, Honorable Samuel Abujinakpo, Eka say. Want to me akuntamani no or ye Galamsey as a minister Nanado appointing etie for muntio Nanado kokumasi during the conference no akoka kire Ghana ni nyina na ewase ni nyina say akuntamani no onye Galamsey. Look at these two people, the working contradicting government. That is why we're calling for state of emergency.
You expect that sector minister
that sector minister to do what? Look at this. Yeah. Now come to 2025. Etie for Misremu. Muma yebe say again na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the minister no it is only when we compare the data that we'll be able to make sense of it all. That is what we should be doing right now. Now data no baumyansi data Mirakabwaji kwa papa baumyanche na ko ji data no na fambra. Then we look at it. Moga, I have accepted say Galamsey they Anunan try. You get me right? I've accepted.
I will get there.
But has there been an incremental change in terms of the turbidity of some water levels? Again, Nanado, yeah, time excavators, yeah, importable my 200 a day. Again, yeah. Waja mo dia call room. Then His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yeah. Minia.
What man license no excavator.
Me ba license there no so. Now Mahama time no you stop the excavator at the entry point.
Ntimi from room.
And I akofa tracker. Ebon who say baby answer excavator befanu ye be monitor or computer more them. This is what you call sense. And
a leader with a vision.
Yes, a leader with a vision.
Ambitious, yeah.
Hey, mineral now mineral commission boss during Nanado time. Wabewura ye NDC time or catch say. Even though the parliament say stop issuing license, Mrandia Trentino, he continued to issue license. Theo, he continued to issue license. Now, when you come to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama period, for the year 2025, January till today, no license has been issued. That makes sense. It is so big, and that is the difference. That is the difference. In this Amun in America, and I did or look Mirakabuaji. Uncle Cantre near say Nanado declare state of emergency. He will demonstrate against him because they say Momon Jai Galamsey Nentwas because Omulusu were mining area and yes, Anomaka. But what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said then was that Eba Musen Nanado buy Chigana for Tuma, China for Mujamu. Ye papa baku ye friend there can say ye chi asha wine crown they have regretted it. What are we talking about? So today where we are for Misramu declaring state of emergency, it is just like declaring curfew. And yes sir, now we have a population of 4 million Ghanaians who are into this industry. Now the question is, how do they feed? Until His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he is giving them the livelihood program, sir. If you stop the Galamsey, there is something for you. We have the water guards, isn't it? Say because from me they are so stressed in peace. And your program, that livelihood program, Nanka, ye papa nu ye nuanu kwa kolonchina helicopter semusi. That is a visionary government. So today, allow the MPP people. Look, I'm sure nobody have touched them, isn't it? But we want to put data on the table. Man, I am telling you.
Sir, on say Mirakabuajina or Yededo. Abrana Nanado, Ekasi, the presidency, no. ABC went to fight illegal mine. 18 Simbia Mirakabuajino Ekai.
You have employed, there is a small scale mining firm employing close to about 5,000 young people in the western region. You are saying that we should ban them for what wrong? What crime has he committed? Because there is armed robbery, everybody should be left at home. Everybody should be kept at home. Is that a sensible way to solve a social canker? That there is a lot of armed robbery or there's a lot of phone snatching around Circle. So government should ban everybody coming to Circle. That is an emotive, an emotional way of trying to solve a problem. And that is why I keep telling you that these people who come on TV and radio and talk about ban, they are...
Ghana for, you are someone who has some American. Meanwhile, enemy. Mirakabuajinu only MPP what power we no kachire yen we no kachire yen sanka mi woni pa bi o tunia papa we nka ensese onye politics because these are the people MPP is going to deliver another monstrous government again in future. We shouldn't give them that opportunity because they are changing their positions. Yeah can say me makacho say nienti kra me ka say Nanado no on the clear state of onwana mamu ankasa no eya mamu boni Nanado mamu ya mamu boni pa na say me bua wankasa faka na braka na be hu cathedral be osi cathedral no sika ko ho about $97 million no even one footing cry anyhow. And then you have people like this talking and then you ask yourself question whether we are in Ghana. We just celebrated Kwame Nkrumah's birthday. Who are the people who led the coup against Kwame Nkrumah? And after Kwame Nkrumah left, we had Buzia and others. What did they do? What did they do? So in this country, Ghana, all the people who follows the Kwame Nkrumah ideology are people with developmental minds. And all the people who follow the tradition of the coup makers during the Kwame Nkrumah time, you will see that they continuously follow the regime of destroying this nation and our resources. In Ghana for mumay nyina botre. Hey, ye binu de anukura wo hono ye beka. Me opposition, me position. I must fight for my children. That persons of this nature who could not actually stand on one leg or position always, we should not give them the opportunity. He is in a tradition where their flag bearer then, who is still fighting, but I'm here to make Ghana for say, Saumanu 1,000 interching nisa, ayenibi, any Ghana card, no, obey to see Ghana card. Then you ask yourself, what type of future will you have under this person for your children? These are the questions you should be asking. We know we have to fight Galamsey, and it is true we have to fight Galamsey. But let me ask a question. Provided, say, the new stands and our positions are binding by, say, yen to a from good year without destroying the water bodies, without destroying the forest, without destroying the environment. Sankai to me, Yanusa, Sankai Yaba before. And I think that is what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is talking about, or is doing, to make sure, say, we mind responsibly so that Ghana for Beya before. And that is what we are looking forward for. So those who are making demonstration or organizing demonstration, MPP for Bikra, no muka say, Samusimbeye, Mumayen Sen. It could happen. I don't have the fact, but it could happen. But Honorable Amakofibua, Enemy Kabori, they will continue to bring that visionary ideas that will help us to stop the Galamsey. Galamsey, and you say, you can say Galamsey, nature say, money, enye. It's very good. And that is why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama told us that Ghanaians from the ministry led by the Honorable Amakofibua will be going to Australia. Australian says that, come Ghanaians, let us teach you how to do responsible mining without destroying the environment, so that we can get enough gold, so that my brother Sami Jemfi can export more gold, so that we get more money to back our city, so that exchange rate will be well controlled, so that our brothers and sisters who are doing international business, Mania, so to me tenase edu ehu egudi anya japade onyankopodi maya nkanya tibia yetima senye obinum ntia nkanya ho na society na do aban amiraka buaji kan ho odigana ko chire for about 30 years. Just look at it and wasted our time. A very wasted government we have ever had. And today they are making noise. Excuse me, with all due respect to them. They are making the noise again. That in the MPP Nibe to not Jinami and Nima Kachemi say there is insecurity in this country. And maybe say Takradi girls omo. What time has that happened? And maybe say Techima phone aye tu to akwo. Where were they? And maybe say I was so westward gone. In some way see led by Brian Champone or so the president. When are the president in Pony? So these are some of the things that we should take a critical look at. Look, NDC, we are not angels. But we look at how power is given to us and how resources are managed. MPP and Makota. I can stand on my feet today and tomorrow and say it. I'll not be like Professor Mate. When it comes to you to say it again, you say now, you send text messages and other things. It's Ghana for MPP phone, we are going to give them that democratic right. They should do all the demonstrations.
All the noise.
All the noise, they should do it. But I'll plead with our appointees, colleague appointees, let us be focused. Exactly. Let us be focused. Exactly. Because we are going into 2028 elections with good governance and how we have progressed from the quagmire of Nanado's government. That is what we are going to look for. We are not going to look for the number of houses I have built or you have built, but the number of people we have taken out of poverty, like it has happened under Nanado. Miracle Buaja or Kasan, want to say IMF Kase, near Nanado Abaye, and say about 850,000 Ghanaians, Nanado Abaye Diomako him. And I want it. It doesn't have that figure. So please, let us be patient. I will continue to pray for all the appointees of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Good.
That we should continue to live the life that we have led for these 8 months. Clean life, work hard, and I'm sure Ghanaians will return the power to us come 2029.
Very well. Live on TV, SYZ, and also on Power 97.9 FM. And Tuesday, the 23rd of September 2025. Egosua at the inside politics, you know, and one of Gosua OT. No Siaba near Jamu, near the Numero Sia Casabon, so at the Atua Moso, a year Jumedian so. Now a year and 70 years. Those in your papa Safo so enjoy show no near you for more forestry commission. I mean Shamunina mo boss Dr. Brown boy Juma papa Dr. Brown forestry commission mo boy Juma Mokoso na mo ejumani yesa papa sanso and a champion ma Anna Glover Porto Monkoso na momo ejuma Monkoso momo ejuma eta mochi then Randy from Japan on also Bedru Ghana says enjoying the show. Good afternoon to you, my good brother Randy. Me just say Bibia Boko dear. Na yenuaba enesina nutako no so class of 98 Adventist Senior High School. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Ernestina. Nutako. Me just say Bibia Boko we free class of 98 group nina ena ede Emma Adventist Senior High Kumasi ena yede Emma wo na Koyo member of Parliament for a year. Awutu Senya East say Mugabe, I'm enjoying your show. You are doing a fantastic job. Keep the fire burning. Kajani go mososa yanko yenim na yefe bibia entoatoa mososa. Na na de sa morning koye nti Ghana for behwe dwumadia odi ye ene de kufu odi ye na masan de MPP aba in 2028 in Sema Nanado ede atu edwa and very soon the video will be ready. Yeah, many Ghana for you now ebe share a video na but ene ya no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic, sabe or the opinion your friend say a bafobon in the Akwa Council of State say omo enhwe no mutunufu this fata now to me ababe the new Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Honorable Ashama
Moga asem we are meeting then asem papa because
good news
good news because me to say omuka say honorable Justice Bafobon in MPP ni yes na me maybe say MPP or your MPP ni in there His Excellency appointing say and now our boni di wa nominating say Council of State enhwe na be me imply boke say yemfa to me nu fama no and like my Attorney General said no MPP for no and a General Legal Council na court say MPP for omu person mu jimfa me sre me ni apanyi na me ka kire no say me imply bo say omu fa sa to me nu fama but what we wouldn't like to see and he said don't go there and play party politics as a Chief Justice and yes sir enye there. We want you to clean the system. Now, the confidence of Ghanaians should come again under the judiciary. Say, ye chobi the kokota. We know we are going to get justice, fair treatment.
And
that is now. Nanado is say Nanado catch say amamonu nkoya. You see, with all due respect to him, oh David, onwankasanu senka. Omufa omu budget sorry balance sheet omu ajansa no makonu omu ganchire no
don't talk about balance sheet too
balance sheet no enu ni economy a Nanado ajansa no kono senko tumi hu ho a nanka ba mi de but Mr. Nana we are my former president Mr. Wa ukasa se a no obinu beja tum se omuka say be careful with all due respect for move chemi obi muka say one ko square na ye nukre me paucho men yes sir.
With all due respect, let me play the video. Let me play the video so that a man for one can say bia nanan kan bibia na okay Nanado say more
there you work for kasa me mama kasa wa ade ba ko pe pese me di jamu adwuma MPP aban be ye me breast me kufuo breast me mu bi enrefi na doso pa na saba adwuma ye ene e begina so akwa di 2 minutes 2028 said man in the begina so akwa di aban 2028 ye nyina ye hu di da ye koso ebere do se na kasa de ekoso na mo nyina mo ni tua de ekoso enkoyi eti ye candidate nu wie na kabom kachia 2028 ye dia sem pakusi amanu so a minim so nyakopon wo he 2028
Moga onyankopon be na Nanado fre
yankopon kasoro wa
ne wo hye no boso be sa sori dan ma
wa ti awo ka
na wo sa fre no
mo nkofo be
ya we na Bible ka say in the last days no atrofo di fo be ba
adwuma ne de omo ye bibiri ewan
me paucho Nanado me paucho de baby a wote no tira won wan se ma meka se me respect no baby a wadru mimi ndru ho ansa na me but
nyankopon ne
chere but asema wo ka no eya akoye mi se nipa mo aka ndra se wanko school no eya mi se enukre because se Nanado tumi hwe enim a ono ankasa finance minister wa appoint nu wa dwane afri krom ha eno sa ka na ye hu na wa appoint nu jira se bibia koyi no na ye mi wanwa Nanado se oni se
almost accountability
Nanado se oni se wa ye duma pa ko fa kedo fura tambra fra nu sombra na wo krom ha wa wo ye president no wo krom ha ono wa dwane afri ha. When did you see his last medical report da o si o yarinti na okoye etiefo se o person hu Nanado suban a misi cathedral number 1 enyesa na usafru hosusu a hwe agenda 111 one year back moga se be ka misi Nanado no ntumi wie 10 ansa na wefro asa ko misi 5 kro muntu ba ko kro ntumi awie. That is the person who is standing in front of you say omaye ejuma be no maye with the amount of money over 600 billion Ghana cedis. Now no agboja kan obisa asenso say any the former minister say 40 billion amakwata papa no odaso okruma amako 40 billion ka obetia de na mudi yeye duka tira almost maye 10,000 wow NDC nu ye na yeye cool amamu 10,000 kilometers of road edahin na ye hu inti Ghana for Nanado de nanka senka be ya ba journalist for susumusu de dia mu duabo inka papa onye papa we kasase na mu yi camera no afre no so any mic no na mu adu these are some of the things
yes am o kan we gina so
yeti anga edra so ba we say otumi poison. You see the thing that MPP people have succeeded in doing is say they capitalize on many of their followers. We are so and they continue to deceive them because MPP near our Koskupa or Kachro say interchange sanka yeni bi inka yenya bi wo Madina ni weni nyina be say traffic no ekos bisa hu say ba mu say na Japanese for edi interchange edi breye wo tema motor we run about because they know time is money. Time is money.
Very well. Quick one on the UN General Assembly, 80th General UN General Assembly, of course, in New York. Semi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, First Lady of the Republic.
Wow.
They are to quick one on that. Nothing. Yeah, for a few minutes and touch on the placement issue. Fire and Koda Omatre Wasi Omoko Secondary School. No placement and some amount for be a sense. So was here to and Yanje UN Niama Ekoso President Akasa se wo hwe Ghana health ni Niama ya toto ye de atoto na kwamuna you GDA say beso abapa yen koka krani nti.
That's right.
President Mahama ne se modi tu dwa ewo UN production team is a video na ye ready a mo betimi abo atum na afi no quick one na ye tie wo so adwenche ewo ho yanko adaro.
Your Excellency, the Chairperson of the African Union, Your Excellencies, colleagues, heads of state and government, Your Excellency, the Chairperson of the African Union Commission and Commissioners, Honorable Ministers, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege for me to join you this afternoon under a theme that directly addresses Africa's future, that is securing our health sovereignty. We are called to address the challenges Africa faces today. The truth is stark. External funding for healthcare and humanitarian assistance is declining rapidly. The U.S. Congress in July cut $8 billion from the budget for U.S. international assistance. U.S. aid contracts worth $54 billion have been terminated. This is not peculiar to the US alone. The NATO allies and Europe, in order to meet the target of 5% of GDP spending for defense, are all making cuts to their overseas development assistance. If we do not take our health destiny into our own hands by shaping new strategies and partnerships, our citizens will be left without medicines, without vaccines, and without hope. And there will be a reversal in the health outcomes in Africa. The meeting of the Committee of Heads of States and Government of the Africa CDC today is vital because as heads of state, the responsibility of leadership in protecting the health and lives of our citizens.
Honorable Sherman.
Say, ye mampeni wa hiti point ankasankaza. Mi amiti hasisia. Madam for papa oye juma USAID. Wa shiri juma. Nanu mi komoroko mi sha professor bi. Osi USAID. Nanka hona ni baye juma. Wa shiri juma. Inti se mampeni Ghana for misramu so mampeni etumi kansemwe a ochire wiase afana nyina se de esese yen to anamo fufura. Esese nyina yen tanechi. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Enunti nyeye yen ndani nyina no. Esese yankasa yen jina yen naiso. Eje se emra obroni edisi kabeche no. Emre no atwem. And we must prove to them say to say gold need diamond need oil that ye war ye no. We must manage the resources very well.
Take our destiny into our own hands.
Yes, taking our destiny into our own hands. When nanado anye, when nanado ni MPP for no onanye, and that is why we are talking today. Moshe kan nanado bo, sankan nanado ferre nyankupo a, in confirm Mike in sini su say or politics assembly. On ferry. Because debia kenofurata bobusan sa so mani nyina no se bi kafa including as a bodam for na ekugro mo bobusan no afasika na di because every year we get $3 billion now who this can do say na calculate $3 billion by 16 Ghana cedis to $1.
Nothing to show but onyankopon hatasro obebua se
Ghana for obenya kumapa na yenta His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I am not speaking because I am an NDC person. As a teacher, you must know that when a child is growing, oh, yanse who born who buy, ewa yarisabia ko, ewa school ko, ewa jumum, all these things cost for money. Now these are the people who come and squander our money, and today they are on top of the trees talking.
On the placement.
Ghana for. I'm part of the education, but I'm not part of the placement. But I catch them say, Yahoo say parents they are taking their complaints. Me were hunting me, but Mudi no say yes, it's a genuine complaint. Near Mesren is a Munya Butre. 18th, and now Museo school. I'm sure by the end of this week to first week in October, no, na bibia dedi because
the first week in India, so you.
Oh, Minia, say I didn't no complain now what key in, and yes, sir. So that is what is going to happen. And I miss so. Your GD person, many appoint mini minister share.
Honorable Haruna.
Yes, Honorable Haruna.
Dr. Clement.
Me papa ni me leader. Inti ye share. Yesu ye be catch near Ghana for eka because education is wealth. Education is health. Na ye wo rishim passe ye be yama obia ama nakuma atoni. Me angasa kro mbe yama me. I just said me won kodani echitafo a oh honorable says say ejuma education boy me na me say and I must help them because they are Ghanaian irrespective of the political party they belong to. That doesn't matter because MPP need to me any part
between NDC and MP.
Yes obinu mpeno sa but san necessary we must show leadership because we still have the Kwame Nkrumah blood in us in NDC. Thank you very much.
Well, Ebeda, Honorable Maase live on TVS was it and also on Power 97.
Oh, now, as I come in 2 minutes.
FM. 2 minutes, meet me, the amount, so we'll be up and say, we'll touch on a
Oh, and near me, person in touching and say, Ghana for MPP for a campaign be. Na campaign mu yen say, according to say 8 months we no 8 years. According to say 8 months no 8 years. Misremu, mwankasa mu nyabotre. Na mu senya His Excellency any na point is juma so mu ya bibia enya you are free to tell them or tell us na yensisa ya na moto but memma MPP form the catcher say 8 months no galamse no asaya chen 8 years na odi watem he is insulting you because our patcher say 8 months is equals to what 8 years. The way Omampeniku look, I respect him so much, but no lady can say economy. No, what changing 1,000 cities to 1 city? And yes, sir, what knocking 4 zeros out? We see the value is the same. The value was not the same. The value was never the same. Tell me, sir, MPP buy back on Joshua, or to me be a company to say trouble gas. Have they invested in the energy? Have they done that? It is the NDC. Inti misramu biamaka dia ebeti munyabutre emma NDC abai na yenka omanu enkwenim. The driver is good. The tires are perfect. The road is asphalt. Don't worry, we shall get to the destination. Thank you.
So we shall get to the final destination. I am the Jumadi and Ebesi, Obadi and the Dumi and Yatim Kama, Ochnaya, Wednesday, Beshad, 3 p.m. Mugabe Maase in Medin. And I may have the mountain of Beshia. And you may know, Sia Cassia about any to us why a day, Ebrew, Mimamunia, and it.